So weird, dude. It really is.
So Cole Hopkins, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad.
So, like we were talking about, how you feeling about this year's hunting season?
So from being on this podcast to listening on podcasts, everybody who's out west said we're in a big drought right now. So they're saying that the crops are dead, all west side of Oklahoma, Kansas, and all that. So everybody's thinking from here to Texas, they're saying that it's going to push back east. But that's a hope.
Yeah.
Because
last year was not good.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, last year's my first season actually duck hunting or like halfway goose hunting, I guess you could say. We went a couple times and it was a struggle. But the best, well, I probably shouldn't go into that one. But I killed one snow goose last year. First snow goose, one snow goose, and let's just say it was a very interesting way to kill it. Jeez.
Well, see, last year, I would say last year's probably the best year I've seen ducks coming back in the past 5 years. 5 years ago, they were everywhere. And when I say I mean, it wasn't like it was 10 years ago when I was young, but they start coming back, but we don't get any cold weather anymore. That's why we don't get ducks. That's what I really think. If we could get that cold up north and it stays cold and freezes them out and get that snow cover on top of the grain, then we could push them back down. But like, we used to be the goose capital of the world. I don't know if you knew that. And
no, I didn't.
1992, Crab Orchard used to hold 500,000 birds.
That's insane.
Canadians, not ducks. And now our fairgrounds here in DuQuoin, we hold 1,500 max, mainly about 1,000. And when we hold that, then we have the most close to Southern Illinois. We have the most here, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's DuQuoin, Illinois.
We have about 250 locals, so I mean, but they're banded, so
it's like, it's like freaking like everybody. I always see, like, you'll see posts from people out of like Arkansas and stuff. They're like just killing the shit out of banded birds, but then every bird that's banded they're banded in Arkansas, essentially. So like a lot of them. So I'm like, well, no shit, you're gonna kill a lot of banded birds when you kill them right off the fucking lot where they're getting banded.
Yeah, see, I always hear stories up north about they band them up in like Minnesota and stuff, and farther up in Canada, and they say those guys they might band 600 birds in that little plot that they're at, but they can't fly yet. They band them when they're molting. So they're easier to catch, and they said they'll be crossing the road, and they said there'll be 200 dead, all banded laying on the side of the road. People just hit it. They don't care about them up there. They just leave them.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy. I'd love to be driving down the side of the road and see a pile of banded birds.
Yeah, that don't happen around here.
That's like I killed it. Honestly, Bryce was shook up last year. We were hunting out at Pyramid, and I killed that mallard, and it was banded, and I was like, holy crap, because I was like, I'm about 98% sure I shot that bird. And then Furlough, Furlough, he shot at it too. So we were like, screw it, we'll draw for it. So we drew shells for it, and I won the draw, and you could just tell Furlough was just like, oh my god, this guy. Yeah, and because they've been hunting forever, and I've been hunting for 1 year. I killed it. Yeah. And I was like, all I gotta say is, I won the draw, so.
See, I know. So I've been hunting. My dad's got pictures of me when I'm a year old in the duck blind. I've been going ever since. I started shooting when I was 9. I'm 20. I'll be 25 in a week. And I've seen it good when we used to have thousands and thousands. And when you could. I'm a big ringneck hunter. So.
Like them shit ducks.
I love them. I mean, and that's why I think shooting. Everybody likes to shoot big green heads. I like to shoot gadwalls. That's my specialty. They're the dumb mallard, and I prefer dumb mallards. But don't get me wrong, we get on a few good mallard hunts every year. But this year, so we've been planning plots. We got We have 2 more to work on because we didn't get the dams in this year, but we're going to do it once when they get the beans out. But we have 2 plots right now that we planted in millet and corn, and the deer destroyed our corn.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I bet you we planted. I bet you we had 15 rows, and I think we have 3 corn that are producing ears. The deer mowed them.
Yeah,
It was on the edge of a bean field. But we dried this whole slough up, broke the dam, and then we clogged it up a little bit so we could start building back water. But our millet is tall as it's ever been, about 5.5, 6 foot. I walked through it the other day in my Crocs, not thinking there's any water in there, but we got those 10 inches the other day. And they were standing up on the bank, and they called me. They said, "Where'd you go?" I said, "I'm only 20 yards in this thing." Like, dang. So if that millet's that high, we're in between a very good flyway. So I'll give a shout out to Travis Wissinger. He owns right down the road. He's probably a mile and a half. I say if it wasn't for him having the place he has, which is an amazing place, we wouldn't have birds. He holds all the birds around us for us to kill birds and decoy.
That's crazy.
That's 100%. I've seen it plumb loaded. That boy knows how to kill them.
Yeah,
that boy, he's a flat killer.
Dude, that's a crazy thing. We were talking about earlier. I have deer hunted. You know what I mean? That's what my family did. They deer hunted. That's all we did. Deer hunted and turkey hunted. My grandpa's got. So I showed Jaden Demery. We were at my grandpa's, and in my old bedroom, it was my grandma's old bedroom, but then I would always go over there, so I kind of stayed in that bedroom when I was over there. And he has his drawers. It's like 3 little 6-inch by 6-inch drawers. It's just stuffed full, like a whole little set of them, just stuffed full of turkey bands. So back in the day, they used to ban the turkeys.
They did. I know 10 Mile Creek. I know somebody. He had a tag. I think his dad had a tag. And they doubled up and they killed turkey bands.
Yeah.
I know. They did it on public land for a while, and then way back in the day, I heard that too because they released them here because there was none.
Yeah.
And now they're everywhere.
Yeah, that's and we're right by Englehart's too. So Englehart's, I've heard, allegedly, they've got, you know how they got their big deer jit? Well, back in the day, they got deer put out there, stocked it on all over their land. And then turkeys as well. Now, I don't know how. That's probably forever ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's still, just turkey capital of the world out there in Pinckneyville. It's insane. So, but yeah, my grandpa's got, they're green bands, white bands,
That's
the regular
sweet.
silver bands, gold bands. They're insane. And then, but I was like, all right. I was like, we don't have no duck bands, but we got turkey bands.
Yeah.
I was like, but...
Well,
yeah.
I still think to the day I die, I will never kill a duck, man. I've seen one die, and that's it, and that was a fluke. I think. Goose bands, if I don't fill my lanyard before I die, I'm going to be very upset. But some of the older guys I was talking to, just the field kind of by the school there on Jackson Street, they were talking about how they'd kill 4 or 5 neck bands every year off it. And I know.
That's wild.
Blaine's grandpa, he's got 2 or 3. He showed them to me. He's like, yeah, he said it wasn't a thing. But I remember when I was in 4th grade, 3rd or 4th grade, I've always been obsessed with ducks and geese.
Yeah.
Well, the geese, we used to get them real good in the fairgrounds then. We'd have 1,000 that would stay here instead of our 200 locals now.
Yeah.
And there's 4 neck collars. Those are the only banded neck collars I've ever seen on a Canadian. And they'd come back every year. They came back until 7th grade, and they just never came back. They lay in the same spot every year. So I don't know. I'm sure somebody whacked them, and they were
yeah. I'm sure somebody came a little close to fairgrounds there and took them out.
I've lost 5 coin tosses on bands, 4 snows and a speck.
It's
a big group, kind of. Well, the snows were jump shooting, and then we had a big group and a big wad of specks come in, and there was 7 or 8 of us. And
yeah, that's...
Of course, the kid that's never hunted before.
Hello.
First one to call out,
Hello.
he got the spec band. I was like, well, that was quick. I was going to be fine. We talked about letting the 2 guys who leased it just to draw for it against each other. I was cool with that just because, they paid $2,000 to lease it. And they invited us out. But we, you ever killed a Canada?
No. Oh, no, I haven't. No.
So... I was telling him earlier, but we got a spot early season. It's been holding about 120. We drove by a while ago. It had, I don't know, 35, 40.
Yeah.
Sit under the shade trees. Cattle pond, deadly, early year. They're eating the corn out of cow shit.
Yeah.
Until there's a field cut close, they won't be there. But pray to God on that. And then I got a hunt lined up the next day with about 250 honkers lined up on a guy's pond behind his house. And I don't know. I got invited, and that's going to be a good hunt. So I'm going to try to get some sick video, and I may not even shoot. I'm not shooting the first day. The second day, I may sit out a group or two and videotape.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be too hard to get my 2 geese if there's that many.
Yeah,
sitting there.
that's the crazy thing is like, because there's so many different limits and shit for.
Here's what I don't understand. This is what makes me really, really mad. Up in Canada, you can kill 9 birds. You can kill 9 hens, mallards. No problem. But here, you can't shoot more than 4 ducks. Or 4 mallards, I should say.
Yeah.
But that's the most populated duck in the world. Why is that?
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. That really grinds my gears.
Yeah, especially you get somebody like me. When I'm hunting, like last year, I wasn't working all through duck season. I had all duck season off.
Yeah,
so I was like, all right, bet. So first year I've ever hunted, can't call for shit, don't know what I'm doing, and the only time I've ever thrown a spread was with Bryce. So Bryce has essentially taught me everything to do with anything I know about duck hunting. So, Bryce and them were like, oh, well, we can't go this day or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, screw it. I was like, I'm going to Pyramid by myself. So like, and I went,
the only way you learn, dude.
and I was like, all right. And then so Blake and them, they always give me shit about a calling, right? So like cheap ass call, it's an all right call. Me and Bryce messed it up because we were gonna try to make a mold for it, but we screwed the call up. But so I took that. It was Bryce's old call. He gave me it, and I took that, and I went to hole 2 out at Pyramid.
Yeah.
And that hole is just that and like 3, but you can't wade 3. So like
you can wade the backside of 3.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's a walk.
Yeah,
it's a walk.
And then
Did you hunt the pit on 2?
Yeah. So that day I did.
Let me give you some rules of Pyramid before you go. Unless if you're in a field, which I still don't do it, but never hunt the pits out of Pyramid.
Well, see that
because everybody like you goes and hunts the pits. So I sit farther down. Either I just find a place that's wadeable, and I'll go sit.
Yeah.
I will build my own little blind of brush or whatever because everybody hunts the same spot. So those ducks that do come there and they want to come back, they just been popped at for the past 3 days in the same spot. You move over 100 yards or so.
Yeah, to that like to the far left or far right side of the thing.
Come right to you.
I always
that's my secret.
I hunted the opposite side, just depending on the wind, because Bryce told me the way they land and everything. So depending on where it was, I did sit kind of across from 2, like the north west side of 2. Yeah. So like instead of walking all the way around the pond, I sat right there on that side, and the wind was good for there. And that day, I don't think I killed anything that day. That day, there was ducks that wanted to land, but I don't know if the spread was messing them up or if they were seeing me or what.
What did you run on your spread?
Goof ass decoys. Well, I'm talking flamboos but I was like, screw it, and I was like, all right. So I threw them out, kind of separated them. The Bryce showed me, put a couple groups and had the one flash, and I think I had one. What do you call that? With the steak and the fucking
mojo.
Yeah, one mojo. I had one I had a mojo. I think it was the hen, a Drake hen, or a mallard hen, Drake hen. But I had a mallard hen mojo, and that was pretty early in season, I want to say. So I was like, okay, because towards the end of season we just stopped using mojos.
I run them for the first week and a half. That's maybe I may run them. I have a big thing with. They're 10 to 15 years old now, and every bird's seen them from Canada down. So I try if I put them out, I try to now field hunting. If I had 100 mojos, I'd only run 100 mojos. I wouldn't because that's what they love. They love duck mojos in the field, and a lot of calling high as you can all the way in, keep calling, and that group 100 or whatever swinging, they'll pop right to you. But ducks naturally flare in the field, at least unless they'll flare once or twice before they finish, but they'll be 20 yards backpedaling and they'll come back up and they'll come right back to you. They're odd, but water wise, I'm a big water motion guy. Motion Ducks has a jerk rig, the forearms.
Yeah, we freaking made we made a freaking we got on a pencil weight for like a we found it at Wren Lake, I'm pretty sure, and it was like just an old pencil weight, and we tied that, and then we got some paracord and tied the paracord to that, and then tied it to a duck, and then tied it to another duck, and then tied it to another duck, and then had it just running back to us, and that's probably worked better than we got a wonder duck. Bryson then bought a wonder duck.
I have one of those too.
Yeah, I've heard stories about your wonder duck.
He's a wonder dick.
Yeah, he's pretty
a crazy dude.
I heard he's pretty wild out there looking.
They have a lifetime warranty on them. I just don't get new parts, dude. I keep rigging it up, and it looks stupid as shit, honestly.
Bryce said it works like a dream, though.
It does. I'm big into, when I put mojos out and stuff on, I don't know, say anything, and I try to get it near trees or brush so they can catch that glimpse, but they can't distinctly pick it out. Now, open water, those floating mojos, I'm cool with those. I'll run those, but...
Yeah, that wonder duck, it was bad. We got that. We were like, all right. But he wasn't doing too good whenever it got that first day got really cold. We were out at 20, and we killed 13 ducks. And
it's a good day.
It's a really good day for around here. we hunted. I hunted every day last season, essentially. Maybe 1 or 2 days missed, but we hunted every day. And then that first day of cold, we were like, all right, we're going.
You got to, yeah.
And the pyramid was packed.
They know that,
door to door. Everybody knew.
So everybody that's listening, it's around here. We're in Southern Illinois, by the way. Wren Lake is a shallower place. And when it gets cold, all those Wren Lake hunters come to Pyramid.
Yeah.
I've seen Pyramid go from 13 groups when it starts to get cold, next day 47.
Yeah.
And they're all Wren Lake guys. You can tell.
Yeah,
you can look at their boats outside.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Yeah, we freaking went out there, and forever it was the same 8 groups, and it was there's 2 or 3 old guys that are always there.
Yeah.
That's and
my
then
boy, by the way.
What dude?
Donald.
He'll call 5. He'll call hole 5.
Or in the 40s cut.
Yeah, or in the 40s cut.
And I was like, dude, you had first draw. You seen the birds. I seen you scout last night. He's like, yeah, I don't want to do the work, though.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I got that age, I understand completely.
So. But I think his granddaughter, she killed a banded duck last year.
I'm sure she did.
Because they were out there. They just take her out
did.
there. but we'd go out there, and I do duck hunting so nice because it's not like deer hunting. You don't have to be quiet. You don't have to worry about scent. You don't have to. You don't got to worry about shit.
No.
You can. Fuck. We were outside. You'd be in the spread, and you have ducks coming in. You're like, fuck. Bryce was in the spread. We're like, Bryce, get down. We're killing them.
You're on the X. You're on the X.
Yeah.
I went to listen when I was a kid. When Duck Dynasty was big, they came to Carterville.
Oh, no shit.
I don't know if you knew that, but I was 11 or 12. I got to work it, so I got to meet him for free. And Jace and all of them were talking, and he said the number one question he gets is, if ducks are landing 200 yards away from me, how do I kill them? He said, pick your damn spread up, move 200 yards to them. Hunt the X.
Yeah.
And now listen, geese and ducks are different to me. I think you can kill ducks on an X 2 days for sure, maybe 3. They're not as smart as geese. Canadians now, if you have an X field, say it's a mile from the roost, say our fairgrounds is the roost, say it's a mile, but you have 5 fields in between, if you can set up on those fields, trafficking them before they get there, you may be able to pop out, say, you pop a 4, a 6, and an 8, and then you go hunt the X, and then you limit out.
Yeah.
So that way you get more numbers, because when you shoot those fairgrounds geese, those geese are 15 years old.
Yeah, they know.
They know. They count. You can go in the fairgrounds and feed them bread, and once when they leave, they know. They see my car and they run. They know what's up. Because I'm on top of them all the time. I literally counted 237 the other day. I counted how many, and they start banning black bands, though, this year.
Did they?
Well, they started last year, I guess, but they started doing black bands because of...
Probably everybody's just headhunting bands.
Yeah. which I don't headhunt. I'm a killer. I'm trying to kill them all.
Yeah.
But last year, cold day. Okay, so we have a rule for our place. Right by Austin Rice's grandpa's house. His grandpa owns a pond there, and it's coming right off the fairgrounds. So we have a north wind a south wind at 10 miles an hour, and it's overcast. The geese will get up and come that way, and it's almost always right. Almost always right. Well, we're starting to get specks here. We have,
I seen last year at the fairgrounds. I drove through like mid duck season.
We whacked
and I was like, whoa! I was like, there's a lot of specks out here for sure.
Austonsville lot.
Yeah,
we shoot them. But so we sat there until like 11 o'clock, and we decided not to shoot into the group of 300 specks. We had them at 30 yards, but I was like, there's only 4 of us, dude. And
yeah,
they ain't gonna come back, whatever. So we tried to pick out small groups because we had a group of Canadas like that. But me and Austin were hunting one day. We had 40 Canadas. We had 3 of them land, and the other group was swinging. And he looked at me and said, "Don't shoot." And I was like, "I'm not. I can't educate my 45 geese because I won't shoot them the rest of the year if I shoot in that big group."
Yeah,
and some people say, "No, that's BS." But when they're the same geese you've shot at since forever.
Yeah. That's like everybody's like, okay, when you're in a main flyway too, like if you're hunting Arkansas, it might be the same geese, some of them, but you're getting 90% of the geese that are flying south are going through there.
So Arkansas isn't. They say you like rarely see a Canada there. Canadas don't go that far south.
Yeah.
But the specks
and the snow, snows.
I guess snow.
So, God, I was driving back to Texas when I was working on the road, and I sent Bryson a video. I'm driving down the interstate. There's like 6 fields just on each side, just boom, 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 boom. Yeah. There's not a spot. You can't even see the ground for all 6 fields. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I could get out right now and kill fucking 500 geese by the time they all get up and leave. Like, I was like, this is ignorant.
And all they do is they get up and they'll hop to the next field.
Yeah, I was like,
we jump shot in that March season. Yeah, it's March. No, it's February. February 1st it starts, the conservation season. Yeah. And we shot, is it February? I can't think. I think it's February.
Whenever the conservation season starts.
Whenever. We had snow on the ground for almost a month.
Yeah. And there for a little while.
This was back when I was in high school. And I would have my gun in the back seat, park at school. We'd go to practice, and then me and Braden Heap go shoot them. We had 4 guys one day. Yeah, I think it's 4 of us, and we killed like 200 and something in 2 shoots.
That's insane.
We were sneaking up. We had this field. We call it the Hill Death because you'd have to walk. It was probably a 400-yard walk, but if you made it over this hill and got down, it was straight down a creek bed, and you'd crawl straight up, and they'd be sitting there sleeping at 20 yards. And I felt like I was in the Revolutionary War. I was grabbing guys and lying them real slow down the bank. And I'd be like, okay. You just hear me yell, cut them, and we'd all shoot, and nothing would fall, and then all of a sudden it was like, brrr. It was awesome.
Yeah, dude.
I think we killed in 10 shoots. I think we killed at least 1,200, maybe a little more than that.
That's wild.
But
that's crazy.
Was fun. We chased them every single day.
Yeah, that's like Bryce and them had one good shoot last year. He sent me a picture, and there's a cup if you want a cup. Yeah, he had one good shoot. And of course, it was like I think I just started working at Chip Banks at the time. Which he sold. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, Cooper works there now.
Does he?
Yeah.
Where does he work for?
He does detail.
Oh, does he do detail?
It's a guy from Canada bought it.
Oh, yeah. I didn't met him. I went in there.
He's super nice. They say I talked to him at the bar one night. Said he's at the best.
Yeah, but I know, like, because I was working there for a little bit. It does a kick-ass job. Mm-hmm. Like, I was doing parts, what was that? Sales and parts advisor or something like that, or sales and service advisor.
So you just chill,
dude. It was like when people would come in, I'd freaking like make their appointment or whatever, or like if they had an appointment, I'd just check them in, and then like if they're getting their oil change, I'd just go back, type their oil, like find their whatever oil filter they need.
Yeah, that job don't pay like $50 an hour, huh?
No, yeah, if it did, that'd be fucking nice. But it was a nice job there for a little bit, but no, it couldn't pay the bills, and there's no insurance, there's no nothing.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
the biggest thing,
because all the guys that work there, like their wives and shit, like one of them, his wife works for the hospital in St. Louis, or something like that. So
Yeah,
Like,
there's a few people that do that.
Yeah,
It's a hell of a drive every day to work.
Yeah, but shit. But no, I think she now works from home. So she's working from home. They got full ass insurance, everything, and he works there. But he's been working there. Freaking what's his name? Oh, now I can't even think of his name.
John Stanhouse used to work there.
He still works there. But Ricky Williams, he's been working there since high school. Like he's worked there forever. Like, but he runs it. Like Dude, I would never see Chip in there, and anything to do because there's like the sales in the front. Like once you leave the front, anywhere from there back, Ricky runs everything. It's like, but
it works. So if I had my own business and it was established enough, you probably wouldn't see me.
Oh
shit. Or
shit!
At least not during hunt season. I'd probably be there a lot during this time of year.
But
this is your time to buy stuff right now.
Yeah,
pretty good time of year.
Yeah, whenever I didn't need to be there, I would not be there if I owned my own company.
Yeah,
like,
I'd be the same way.
Like, there's no reason to. If you got to that point, then you've got to that point to be able to take some time off. But yeah, that's, I don't know. But that they did. But that was the thing, because I was working there during last season, so like. John would be off one day, he'd be hunting, and then I'd be off the next day, I'd be hunting. But Ricky never hunted. He don't really hunt.
John he's the deer guy.
Yeah, he ducks hunt and goose hunts. He hunts on Phillips. Yeah, he hunts with Philip Alvis.
He hunts out at the big ponds too.
Yeah,
sometimes. Yeah, I went with him one day out there. That was we had a rough day. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
we had 400 mallards coming in hot. I mean, we called them from the heavens, and we were hunting with Jeff Robinson out there, and they were coming, and he always used to say AT&T wireless calling. I never highball. I'm not a highball guy, but out there, dude, if you call out as you can, just swooping, and they were on their last turn. They were about 30 yards off the water, and here they all come. And sure as shit, somebody's phone went off. It flared. There was a black duck leading the pack. I wish I could have. I shot at it still.
Yeah.
Like 60 yards. I couldn't help myself. I've seen two in my life. We don't get black ducks around here. But I had a buddy kill cinnamon teal out of Pyramid. He got it mounted. Killed two of them.
I heard somebody.
The whistling ducks. You heard of those? Those tree whistling ducks? That's what they're called.
No.
I have to show you a picture. But they're like freaking big. They're like this big. They look like a miniature goose.
Dude,
almost.
you should
they
see
got
that.
Long legs.
They're
cool looking.
Not the mallard that I killed that was banded. Not that one. But there's another one I killed. It was when I was hunting with myself, and so it was like right before shooting light. I was like, I haven't heard anything, right? I was like, I'm gonna stick my head up at hole 2. I was like, I'm gonna stick my head up and see if there's any ducks in the spread, because every once in a while, shit out there, you just be like, oh, yep, they landed on the far side and swim all the way over to you.
Yeah.
But they weren't quite in the spread. They're like going out on the outside of the spread. I seen 2 of them. Well, I seen one. I heard him because he was like, man, and I was like, what the shit? So I kind of looked. And I see him came out of the shadow. All I could see was a silhouette. And I was like, oh, fuck, he's dead. And then next thing I know, I look over, there's another one. He's swimming right towards him. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to line him up. You know what I mean? And so I let him line up. All I can see is, like, 1 minute till shooting light. So I'm like, see, I got my phone up. And I'm like, I'm aiming, and I have my phone up. And I'm like, all right, here we go. And then right when they were about to cross, I hear boom. And I was like, that's time to go.
Yep,
so they
right.
both picked up, and flew across each other. I was like, boom, and I thought I dropped both of them. And then I looked up, and I could see him. He came out of the shadow, and he's flying off, and I was like, fuck. Yeah. And I was like, but I landed one of them, and I walked out there and get it. I was like, I'm just going to go hurry up and get him, because it's already it's still pretty much dark. So I was like, I'm going to hurry up and go get him. Yeah. And I was like, so I'm going to hurry up and go get him. I go out there and get him, and I'm like, fuck. I get out there to him. I was like, holy shit. It's a fucking mallard, dude. Like, it is huge. Like,
did it have a big ball or like a big head on it? They talk about that. Go ahead and finish your story. Then I'm gonna tell you.
It was a decently big mallard, but I was like, damn. I think I measured it. It was like 24 inches from beak to tail or something like that. It's fucking juvenile goose. but I got it in the freezer, so
it's probably bigger than a cackler.
Yeah, so
those cacklers and mallards when they run together at the fairgrounds. I don't know if you've ever seen a cackler. If you go out there during December when we get migrators here, not a lot, like I said.
Like when we get our 20 birds that come over here.
Yeah, they're about the same size as mallard. You'll look and you'll double check. You'll be like, the hell is going on?
Yeah.
They're just lessers. But so This is what they say about the migration. Every year we have calendar birds. No matter what, there's something that clicks in their head. Here they come.
Yeah.
They come on schedule every year. They'll be in the. If you have them there that year, they'll be there the next year. And then you have freeze line birds, and those birds come down to the freeze line. And then if that thaws up, they'll go back up, and then they'll come back down. They'll just keep going with that. Then you got snowbirds. Now, there's a cross. When you have that snowbird and freeze line birds, that's when you got birds.
Yeah.
Because the snow, when it covers all their food, they migrate. So if you can get that right on that X right there, that's when... And we used to have that.
Yeah.
But see, when I used to hunt when I was younger, our season, I wish they'd get rid of... We're in the South Central Zone. If they get rid of our South Central Zone... And put us south again like we used to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, we used to have that.
Freaking Thanksgiving and go out January 31st, we would whack them. But now we go out, what are we, like January 10th, 11th?
Yeah.
And we don't get cold weather until then. The last week of season. And it stays all the way to the end of February. So
yeah, that's crazy too, because like, that's how it was, because they didn't get cold till like the very end of the season. That's when we had that one good day. Because we'd kill like 1, 2, or 3 or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then... But I think
an ice eater now too,
I think I started duck hunting at the perfect time.
Yeah.
And Bryce and them were like, no, something, but I was like, no, if you think about it, because everybody who's been duck hunting for years that's seen how we used to have birds, a shitload of birds.
If it only gets better, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, that's what Blake and them were like, because they're all like, this is shitty because we're only killing 3 birds. Fuck, I go out there, I kill 3 birds, I'm geeked. So I'm like, I think I started at perfect time, because whenever I go out,
that's true.
I know I'm probably gonna maybe kill 1 or 2. I was like, well, I don't give a shit, because I'm just gonna clean it, throw it in a bag, and throw it in the freezer, and that's all I want it for. I just want it to eat.
Yeah.
I fucking love ducks. I don't give a fuck what kind of duck it is. I'll eat all of them.
You ever smoke them?
Oh, yeah. We smoke and make tacos. We made poppers out of my house, too.
Good. I
but
love poppers.
We made, like, duck tacos. Oh, God, those are delicious. But
you ever made Italian duck or Italian goose?
No, see.
That's good, dude.
That's what John Hamill and them said, that they cooked, they had Italian goose, put it in a crock pot and just let it cook.
And put some seasoning on it. Dude, that's freaking awesome.
I can only imagine.
You would smash that.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing is because...
That's easy to make, too.
We had a decent amount of duck and goose meat. Because that day we killed those 13, we killed 2 honkers too. Yeah, so
I like them honker meat.
Yeah, so
they're a little tough. See, I'm not big into eating mallards as much as I am eating a lot of other ducks. Mallards are kind of tough.
Yeah, see, I just fucking eat it all.
I
don't even pay attention to what, because we just throw it all in one bag. So it's just.
Well, I normally give my divers to a guy because I'm not big on eating shit ducks.
Oh, I will.
But he makes them so good, you can't tell the difference.
That's what, when we made duck tacos.
Them for like 3 days, yeah.
So we didn't soak shit. Dude, we made duck tacos and put on that smoker, dude. Delicious. Like,
yeah.
You just season it up. Now, if me and Blake, we killed 2 hooded McGanzers, I think. And me and him just went and we're like, screw it, we'll just clean them, we'll eat them for breakfast tomorrow. So we took those and we made a little marinade and we threw them in there and let them sit for that rest of that day and that night, and then after we duck hunted the next morning.
Taste any better?
Yeah, I mean, I think they taste good. We just
did get some of that, I don't know, gamey.
Yeah, like some kind of gamey taste.
Yeah,
and it's not like
I don't have a problem with it. There's just, if you're trying to introduce somebody to, some people are not.
They
like that.
would not like the stuff we made because
crappy.
We didn't season it or nothing. Like, we salt and pepper, took it out of the marinade, salt and pepper, and just put it in a frying pan and just.
If it's good like that,
and then we cooked eggs, just duck and eggs. That's all we had. But and it had like a gamey taste. But I think duck gamey taste is different than deer gamey taste. Way different.
Sure.
Like, because it's more of like a tart sour taste almost.
Yeah,
that is what.
Dude, deer backstraps are so good.
God, I know.
That's why I deer hunt.
Yeah, that's the only reason I
dream of those. I would eat that at every meal instead of a deer or a steak. I love that, dude.
Merinos, all them, they invited my dad and them over to a cookout deal, and they always, which we had never done, but because we always like the hindquarters and stuff, we always just cut it all off and just use this burger meat and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll take a whole hindquarter and they were like, "Hey, smoke this entire hind quarter." So like the entire leg, well, the deer leg, smoke the entire thing, and then they'd take it, smoke it, and then like kind of it almost just like peel it off the bone, and they have a bucket with like a mud mixer on a drill essentially, and then like and like it just and it like shreds all this shit up, and you just make like deer tacos. But I don't know why, but we just turn everything into tacos. But but
You like tacos?
dude, I love tacos. I stayed in Texas for way too long.
Yeah, I guess. I like tacos too, but I don't know if I like it that much.
Oh, dude,
you ever
they're
had
so
spaghetti tacos?
Yeah,
Dude,
dude. I had spaghetti last night. I got spaghetti
remember-
in the fridge right now.
Yeah, I like spaghetti tacos.
Watching iCarly back in the
back
days.
in the day, yeah,
So that is
and I was like, that can't be good. And I was like, oh shit,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
not too bad.
Yeah, but yeah, we that thing, dude. That now we're like, all right, now we're just gonna cut the hindquarters off, throw them in the freezer because like that was the best way rather than taking all the meat off them and
Yeah.
everything else. But it also depends. Like we did a front shoulder as well, and that was, I mean, essentially the same thing as the back, but it depends also where you shoot it because like D. Marie killed one, and he mulched the front shoulder, so we were like. Yeah, we ain't gonna do that one, but
Yeah.
we'll take the other one. But yeah, I'm ready for duck season for sure.
Yeah, September 1st. What is today anyway? I know we're getting close. 22nd of August. Yeah, we're almost there. Almost there. I'm waiting. I think they moved early teal season back a little bit. You need to go to Crab Orchard for that.
Crab Orchard, I know. I talked to Bryce because he bought that Havoc. And did you see that when you were there the other night?
Oh, yeah, that boat's sweet. That boat's
Dude.
sweet. It's mean, dude.
Yeah, it's got 75 on the back of it.
Yeah,
Is it
he's
the-
gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
You gotta hit a stump and roll that thing.
Yeah, but-
I already know he is.
I don't like boats. I hate boats. I hate going fast on water. I don't mind. Like, you get on a pontoon, you're kind of just going across water.
I
I'm
don't
down
mind
with
to go
that.
fast on a boat. I say that. I get in some of those fishing boats that go 60, 65.
Yeah, no, fuck.
And when you hit those big wakes, you just hold on for your life, dude. But when you're driving, it's not bad. Because I drove them like that. And you have full control. But over there, you don't think you do. You're doing the freaking death walk.
Yeah, whenever it
Yeah.
starts, because we'll be going, and if we're hauling ass, and it's just like glass, the water's just like glass, and you're just like, and you're just sliding across it, that's fine. But that first little, you get, I'm like, oh shit, here we
You won't
go.
go that fast in that boat. 75, though.
No,
You
but
probably run 30, 35, somewhere in there. Because you're going to have stuff and
yeah,
people in there.
yeah,
so.
that's what, I don't know if Bryce said he wanted to take it out just by himself, just him and nothing
you
in the
could
boat.
fly by
Oh, I
himself.
guarantee to haul ass.
Yeah.
But he got that jack plate and everything on there, and
That jack plate's sweet.
it's gonna be nice. Well, the best thing is you gotta think. So, Bryce has had like 3 or 4 boats, and we get stranded
Every
constantly, like for hours, like 6 hours, 6 hours. We're out there
We almost
stranded.
sunk his boat one time out there.
Oh, I guarantee it.
The wakes were like 4-foot rollers, dude. It's horrible.
Yeah,
Horrible.
and
I was so pissed. Well, it wasn't his fault either. It just, once when we decided to head in, once when it was 1 o'clock, here comes the wakes.
yeah,
The wind was kind of fine all day, and there's a big storm that blew in right when we were about to leave, but the ducks moved awesome. I think we only killed like 8 or 9, and I bet you we all shot 2 boxes of shells. They were right there, too. We couldn't hit nothing. They're coming off the refuge right to us, and we couldn't hit. It was horrible. But that storm moved in, and like once when that storm hit, here they all come.
yeah.
It's stupid.
That's what we freaking one day we went out to was that Crab Orchard or not Lake of Egypt, but I think it's Crab
Yeah,
Orchard.
Lake
Yeah,
Egypt. So
I think
no,
I think it's
it
Crab
wasn't
Orchard.
Probably crabs.
And we found a spot, and
Was it crab or Carlisle? Did you go all the way past Nashville?
no,
Then it'd be crab. If you're over by Carterville area.
I can't remember where the hell we were. But anyway, there's fucking the refuge is like, so we're on like,
The refuge was loaded last year.
so we're on like this little corner, pretty essentially, of like where another little inlet is. Well, the inlet, we were gonna hunt like in the inlet, but we got back there, it's nothing but lily pads everywhere, and like you couldn't even walk anywhere through there. And then it once it dropped off, you couldn't walk anyway. But we freaking walk into this spot, and we're like, all right, we'll sit right here, and there's guys right on the other, like across the little inlet from us on that corner. So like, all right, like if they're gonna, because we seen ducks like 2 days before, they were coming and swinging in through the inlet and then going past back there somewhere.
Yeah.
But we were like, all right, well, if we set up right here, that hopefully we can suck them in off this inlet and they'll land right here.
Yeah.
Wasn't worth nothing. Cooper went with us that day.
Okay.
Wasn't worth shit. We seen a shitload of ducks. like they were flying everywhere.
They were holding.
But
30,000.
Yeah, so it's something crazy.
Yeah.
But
that's a lot for here.
But we were seeing them, and they were flying just like they were. Woo, woo. And I think the guys across from us shot like once or twice. But we.
So crab is weird though. Like one side of the whole lake is well, I guess I shouldn't say the whole lake, but like one side is all walk-in,
yeah.
And one side's all blinds. But last year, I don't know if they did blinds or not. I think
it was
all walk-in.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
That's what I was told. I hunted crab like once on the walk-in side.
I don't know how it all works. That's so weird too. Is when you go somewhere that you haven't been.
You got to pay there too, and that's why I don't go.
Yeah,
you got to pay for if you're gonna hunt the pits.
Yeah, so
you might not get drawn in either.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Is like, hey, let's pay, and then we don't even know if we're gonna get a spot or not. Like, no, fuck. Screw that. I'll go to Pyramid.
I'll go to Pyramid. There's a lot of holes out of Pyramid. I can't tell you about it. I have to kill you. But there's a lot of them that are.
I've heard stories like
nobody knows about that you can go to and just if you got it like say there's 40 groups there. They're most likely if after you get in the 30s, people are gonna just start passing and leaving. There's holes out there I know nobody pick, and you can go kill 4 or 5 ducks out of it.
Yeah.
Because nobody hunts them.
Did you ever hunt hole 9 last year out there?
Hole 9.
It's the one. So you know where 40's at?
Oh, 9 and 10. 9 and 10. 9, 10.
Or no, 39. 39. My bad. So hole 40 is on the left side of the road,
right
and then
39's that long. It's a ruddy duck.
Yeah. So
I tried to hunt that one day and it's frozen.
Yeah.
So
we hunted that. We hunted that one time, and last year it's like 75 degrees out, and we're out here sweating our balls off. But me and Blake hunted it, and I think.
Could you wait any of that?
Oh yeah, you can walk all the way down it.
That cut?
It's not 39 is the one. So 40. So it's 38 goes in the cut. 40 is that little
39
pond.
is a new flooded place.
Yeah, it's right across the road.
My bad. I'm taking the wrong place. Ruddy Duck's 38.
Yeah, so
39. Yeah, I talked to the guy before they built it because I was out there every day scouting, and the guy worked at Dick's. I was working at Dick's at the time, and I was like, "Hey, you guys gonna ever finish that hole?" And he's like, "Yeah." He said it may take us 2 or 3 years, and it did, but they got it done. Yeah, it's a nice little hole. If they plant metal in there, you could whack them.
Yeah, and the blinds kind of whack.
We get no state funding. The blind's horrible.
The blind is terrible.
Yeah.
But there's so many.
Put an A-frame up on the bank.
But we had a couple come in. I think we killed like 1 or 2. There was a hell dive. There was a hell diver right there at our feet the entire hunt. And I was like, God damn, this motherfucker don't get away. He's going to die too. Yeah. I was like, that turns into an expensive hunt really, really, really fast.
Yeah, I try to stay away from that.
But yeah, if I had a shitload of spare time and I knew they wouldn't take them from me and I could just pay the fine and keep them, it cost about $40,000, but I'd have a fucking mounted single at a mounted head hell diver. If they wouldn't take them from me, then I'd.
You were talking earlier about going by yourself. I went out to Pyramid by myself on the cattle pond on 31, and
everybody has mixed feelings about that pond.
I love it. I smash them every time. I really do. But when the gadwalls, it's a gadwall. Yeah. But I was on it one day and I got asked to go to, my buddies drew out 28, and 28 was loaded that day. Yeah. And it was the Harshies, and I was like, nah, dude, I'm going to hunt by myself. And I had old decoys, like you're talking old ass, and I had decoys sinking and stuff. Yeah. There was a bunch of grebes over there swimming, kicking, eating, whatever. Yeah. I had 2 gadwalls land. I saw 6 ducks that day. 2 gadwalls land, saw them. They're so scared of motion. They swam right through my decoys. Killed those 2. And then I was talking to my brother on the phone, and I was like, I haven't seen shit. It's 8:30. I'm about to leave. And then all of a sudden I look up, and I hear, sweet, 2 wood ducks, and then there's I don't even know what they were. Some dive. I think they were ringnecks. Sitting on the other side, they were all sitting within 30 yards of me. I was like, hold on. Double on the ringnecks. Killed a wood duck, and the last one I crippled and couldn't find it.
Damn.
And I was like, damn, 6 ducks. I killed 5, lost the other one. I was like, I'm good. I'm going home.
yeah.
I looked for them for a while, but those things are. I about drowned that day though. Walking out in that cattle pond, I start sinking, and I got all the way to my neck, and it was 30 degrees, and I was screaming, and I just backpedaled with my gun up. I made it. Once I made it back to the bank, I was like, hell, I ain't going back after that damn thing.
Yeah, that's especially with waders.
Scary.
When
scary, yeah.
There's 2 things that are gonna happen with waders. Either they're gonna fill up and they're gonna sink you to the bottom, or that's like wearing waders on a boat. No, don't wear no fucking waders on a boat. No. We had Nolan.
Waller.
Maybe, yeah.
My age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunts with Bryce and
Yep.
them all the time. He was with us. That was a day that it was opening day, and we got drawn out. We both did, because me and Blake and Bryce went there, and then Nolan showed up, and so we both got drawn out. So like, fuck it, let's go to Main Lake. We're in a turnip patch, and Bryce like, good. He's like, yeah, usually he says they just fly across that. He's like, but the water was like 4 foot low last year, so we freaking
It was really low.
we start going. It's pitch black. We have no lights except for one little light bar up front and a mag light, and we boom, boom. Boom! And like we were like, oh shit! Like we almost flipped it, and then so we're just like putting along, and I'm like left. But the boat, you're driving a boat. You're not driving a fucking go kart. So like you really can't turn. So like I'm seeing all these fucking stumps, just like 2, 3, 6 inches out of the water, and we're just like bam, and we're hitting them. And I was like, dude, we're gonna sink. I was like, we're gonna sink this son of a bitch. And we hit one like dead center, and we went up on it and just stopped. And it just could not get off. And we were like spinning. We trying to spin off of it. Couldn't. I was like, dude, we probably should stop spinning. I was like, because we're gonna fucking waller out a hole in the bottom of this bitch. Because this is aluminum John boat. Like we were, you know what I mean? And so we were like, all right, we sit there. If we just got our guns out. We've been, we were in the middle of the lake, but we could have, if we had a gun out, we could have killed a limit sitting in the middle of the lake. Like,
ringnecks.
Yeah, it'd be because we looked like an island sitting out there, like, and
there's guys that do that,
yeah,
though, and they kill them.
And but we were out there. We see people getting stuck. Like there's a boat out there. He's wah 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 wah. He's throwing like rooster tails like 80 foot high. Like he's like it's stupid.
There's nothing pisses you off more than that.
And but we were out there for like 4 or 5 hours. And we finally got off, and Bryce, smartest idea Bryce has ever had in his entire life. He's like, you know what? He's like, I think I'm going to back all the way out. He's like, that way if we hit a stump, it's just going to hit the back flat into the boat, and we won't go up on it. I was like, that's probably the best idea you ever had in your life. So we did. We backed all the way out, and fucking, it was way easier in the daytime than it was in the dark.
Yeah.
But
I just idled my way out.
Yeah, we backed all the way out, just slow as shit. And then we stop on the bank. We're like, maybe we can still kill 1 or 2. We'll stop right here by the railroad tracks, kind of.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, there's 3 boats, fiberglass fishing boats. They're crappie fishing.
Dude, those guys are out there religiously. The colder, the better the crappie
dude,
bite is.
They're out here in bright red tracksuit sweatsuits, dude. Crappie fishing 30 yards from us. And we're like,
those guys don't give a shit.
Bryce was pissed off. He's like, I'm about to give these motherfuckers a warning shot. He's like,
those guys don't give a shit.
No, but they're sitting there, and we're like, how in the shit did they even make it out here? Because we hit 40 stumps by the time we got to the railroad tracks and the boat dock. Yeah. So, but they've been going out there for probably 40 years, so they can just like.
Those guys, they're ridiculous. Braden Heath used to have kind of a shitty blind, but it was pretty permanent. It was metal in his boat, and we were running down. We run down Rin Lake, we always did walk-ins most of the time because the draw early in the year is so hard to get in.
Yeah.
Because,
you just get drawn out.
Group,
yeah.
And so there's 50 and 50 of that group, and there's not. Anyway, so we always run at a Dareville there. Or not Dareville. Well, what the fuck? Dareville's here. It's Wadenville boat ramp. We'd run out of there and try to make it. There's the L field, the E field, and all that stuff in there. Trash can point, and he can't see. out of the blind. He can't
Yeah,
see
that's
out
how
of it.
ours was.
So I stand there, and he would run full throttle, going 40, and I'd stand there and point left to right with my finger behind me. He had a light on me, and that's how he and we went through the woods. I told him to turn through the woods, and I was like, stop. A raccoon got up on the side of our thing, and he was running on the side. He beat that sucker off, and we just kept going. It was crazy, dude. Because Dareville and Waldenville, they're split up by, I don't know, probably a quarter mile apart. So everybody's racing to the same spots. So
Yeah.
whoever can get there the quickest is normally the winner of the day. If you can get on the E field early in the year, you can kill them.
Yeah, that's how Bryce was like. Well, he's like, we didn't have to worry about too much about if we want to go out and fucking hunt a hole. He's like, we'll make it there. He's like, pretty quick if we don't wreck. I was like, that's the problem. If you don't wreck, I was like, because I know he'll run that son of a bitch right up a tree. Like, yeah. I don't like boats. I don't like going fast on boats. They sketch me out bad. I'll go 140 mile an hour.
Stumps, I don't care.
I'll run 140 mile an hour on a crotch rocket, but I don't want to go 60 on a boat.
If you were controlling the boat,
I bet it'd be different.
It'd be a lot different, I promise you. But when you're like, when you have no control, you're putting somebody else's lives in your hands, and it's scary.
Yeah, it's.
I've been there. I'd have to hold with one hand because if he did hit a stump, I didn't want to go overboard.
Yeah.
Because we were in the river system then, so I know I wasn't touching them. And then you're lucky to. I never wore waders out there because of that. Because I was like, well, we can't. I can touch in the E field maybe a tiny bit on certain spots, but I was like, I'd rather just pick decoys up and put them out. We just had the little hook thing.
Yeah, that's what
saves your ass.
That day we got stranded on for the opening day. We freaking Nolan was with us. His waders on, and he got in the boat. And when we started hitting them fucking stumps, I was like, you might want to take them fucking waders off. I was like, just in case. I was like, because you got them waders on, so you better be able to unclip them fuckers quick. And even if you
That's
do,
true.
they suck around your legs. Like,
That's
even
true.
if you unclip them, if there's water in them and you get, and you're already in the water,
well, see,
they pressurize so much.
They make belts for, like, I got a belt with mine, but like, I ain't wearing that shit. It's too tight. I can't. My waders, I got the high and dries this year, and remember I popped holes in mine like the first 2 or 3 times. First time I haven't. No, they're not insulated.
Oh fuck that!
But I got some Walmart pair of sweatpants that have wool in them. I don't get cold, dude.
Dude, that's like
And
I
wear little dress socks.
Yeah.
Like my feet don't get cold. It's more my hands. But the problem is I like them because they're so high up.
Yeah.
To like above my tits, like tight. But I can't reach in to grab anything. I have to unbuckle just to grab anything.
Yeah.
So, but I can get farther out in the water.
I bought some Drake neoprene something and others.
Those are expensive shit. Well, mine were too, though.
It only cost me I think they cost me like $180, $200 from Dick's Sporting Goods. Like, it was like 2 days before season. I was like, fuck, I need waders. So I ran to Dick's and they had them. So I was like, fuck it. It was either those or the Frog Togs. And I had seen videos on the Frog Togs that people like them. But I was like, I'm just going to go with the Drakes. I was like, I've heard a lot more stuff about the Drakes.
People, yeah.
So, but I was like, because that's what Bryce and everybody's, they're like, dude, like, I've got them and I've fucking poked holes in them the first fucking day of season. And I was like, but mine.
That's almost with any waders.
But mine, nothing. Nothing. Don't even leak.
You
Bright.
You don't walk through the thick brush like I do, I guess.
Probably not.
I walk through some shit, dude. I swear it could be open field, and I'll walk straight through the thorn patch. Just like 10 yards of it. And then once in this daylight, I'd be like, shit, I could have walked around that, huh?
Yeah.
I have a problem with that.
But I usually, that's like, I was hunting by myself for a lot of season 2 out at Pyramid. So I was hunting like the same holes, the same 2, 3, 4 holes. Rotating.
What you need to do.
Like rotating holes.
If you're hunting by yourself, besides scouting's the biggest part.
Yeah.
If you ever want to kill a bird, scouting is 80% of it.
Yeah, me and Bryce would go out just about every day to Pyramid and just go cruise around.
Scouting's 80%. I say you're blind. I'll take that back. Scouting's 60%, because if you can't find birds, you ain't gonna kill them. I'd say your blind is 30%, or whatever your height is. Your height's your most important.
Yeah.
And then calling I'm talking about for ducks. Calling is hardly anything, and decoys are hardly anything. People run. So Did Bryce teach you like a J? You can run
Yeah,
a J
all
spread,
the
C spread. I don't do any of that.
No, I don't either.
Because how many times do you see ducks say, "Hey, we're gonna make a J. You just come right on in." Okay?
Yeah.
What they do is they just scatter the banks, and I just scatter them. And I've literally watched when ducks were here. If I try to group. I don't run mallards. I run like maybe, unless if it's all mallards that I'm hunting. I match what's out there. So like most of the time I will run, if I don't know, say I'm just going to a hole, I will run maybe 4 mallards. Everything else is shovelers, widgeons, pintails, because they see mallard spreads all the way down.
Yeah.
So you try to do something different.
That's how.
all it is.
So Bryce gave me he gave me 18 decoys of his his old ones.
Yeah.
And he's told me, he's like, if it's like sleeting or icing, he's like, you will lose decoys. He's like, because these bitches will sink. He's like, but last year we didn't have to worry about that because we had no fucking ice or snow. But but there's like gadwalls, there's some mallards, like just a random assortment of shit. But I would go out and I'd set, because I had the I guess I kind of did like a C almost. But I'd have like...
It's supposed to make a pocket for them.
Yeah, so that's what I'd have, and I had that one, what you call it? Mojo. So I'd throw like the Mojo, I had Mojo out, I'd throw like 2, 3 in front of it, kind of, and then I'd have like a group over here, and then a group closer to the bank, and then a group kind of over the side. So they'd for the most part, it'd work. Like they would land in the middle of the spread.
That's what they're supposed to do that, but
yeah.
I just... If I'm putting out 60 decoys...
Oh, see, yeah, no. I was putting out like 15, 12. Usually just 12 most of the time.
The small groups, I just kind of put a bunch together.
Yeah.
Because if you look, especially if you're putting them towards opener water,
yeah,
they're all bunched up when they're swimming.
Yeah.
Because they're not feeding in that open... The big ducks ain't feeding in that open water. They're more towards the banks feeding.
Yeah.
So, but as far as like, if you're running a big spread, hell, I just imagine 15-yard line and just scatter them on down.
Yeah.
But they're gonna pick. They're gonna actually find their. Not always, but most of the time they find their species and they try to land with them.
Yeah.
I've noticed that, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I just thought they just landed it. Anyway. But they pick their spot and they'll land right. If you have decoys 3-4 foot apart, right in between, they'll be crashing.
Yeah.
They don't even think about it, and then that's when you shoot your own decoy. Go buy some new ones.
Yeah. That's like, we had one, I don't know what the hell this was, but I don't remember what kind of duck it was. But this motherfucker, we're at hole 2. We were sitting in the pit, me and Bryce, and we'd been sitting there. I think we killed like 1 or 2. And we're like, all right, today's pretty good. We killed 2 ducks. But there's this little fucking thing. It was in the wood line, because I was sitting on the right-hand side of the blind, and we're just standing up. I'm sitting there, I'm looking like kind of over towards the woods and seeing if there's coming from hole 3, because usually we'd have them come behind us from hole 3 and then circle back around. Yeah. But so I'm looking at the woods kind of, and I'm like, what the hell is that? There's a duck coming through the woods, like below the trees, cupped up already. He's diving, like he's hauling ass, and he was just like hauling ass. He's coming. I was like, holy shit, here he comes. And Bryce was like, what? And he's like grabbing his gun. And this thing fucking hits the water and it hits the ballard decoy or the drake decoy and just like pummels the drake decoy. I mean, it just kills it. And then he just like flips in the water. Like he was not. I don't think he was planning. I don't know how he's planning to land, but he just hits this decoy and just like rolls in the water, comes back up, and he just stands there. He looks straight up. He looks straight at me and Bryce. Like, and I was like, we're both just standing there. I was like, Bryce, shoot him. He's like, I'm gonna sink the decoy. I was like, he's behind the decoy, and I was like, and right at that time the decoy just floated to the side and Bryce just lazy him out. Like he was just sitting up tall, and I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like I really didn't want to seek, because it was Bryce's avian X's, and I was like, fuck, I was like, I really don't want to seek your decoy, dude. I was like,
they're good decoys. They're durable as shit though.
Oh yeah, they're really nice. That's what, for most of the season, when Bryce wasn't hunting, he had his jet sled and his dozen decoys with a bag and shit. And I'd just like throw them in my truck, and then, or sometimes I'd take Grace's Ford Focus, jet sled, bag of decoys, 1 or 2 Mojos, everything slides into her back seat perfectly. So like, I take the Ford Focus and drive it out to the hole.
Oh, hell yeah! Gas prices are very expensive.
Yeah, that's
but yeah, if you What you need to invest in is water motion. That is the name of the game, if you ask me.
Yeah, I was looking at getting, because I want to get this year. I want to get my own jet sled, which they're not much. You can get them for cheap as shit.
You can get a small one for like $45.50.
Bryce wants to buy Bryce with the XLs, like the freaking giant
we
ones.
have 2 of those, and then we have like 3 little ones.
Yeah,
so
see, I just want. I'm gonna get just one of the little ones because I can fit like. Even if you got like we go out to Pyramid, we only take like a dozen decoys, and then we'll take a dozen decoys.
You guys ever put honker decoys out?
We've only had like Bryce only has like 2 floaters, and then one of them he exiled into City Lake. But we had 2, and they weren't the best looking. But whenever we did have them, we'd throw 2 out there, just kind of closer to the bank.
I throw out anywhere from 8 to 12 almost every time.
Yeah.
Because it's confidence.
Yeah,
and they don't see, if they see honkers, I could go out to a field that has 10,000 mallards, and you could sit 150 yards away from me, and I could put out a dozen half, 2 dozen goose with 2 mojos, and you could go put out 10 dozen full body mallards with mojos, and I promise I'll kill out before you do.
Yeah,
they love honkers.
That's like
they follow them. They know exactly where to go.
We hunted, I don't know what field.
But what side of Pyramid was it on?
Like the northwest side, kind of.
Like, I don't know direction. So was it like Glum?
Like if you're going to hole 2, you turn right to go down the road right by 5 and 6 to drive back to hole 2.
Right by 5 and 6. Oh,
so you got
the
yeah, it was walk in, but it was you got the fucking
just across the road there.
You got the main lake. What is that? Super Lake right there on your left. So we would like turn left there and go all the way past it, all the way back around.
14.
Yeah, and
at the very end there.
Yeah.
Before you come, there's like that truck and shit on there.
Yeah. So we were hunting
14,
over there.
It's a good spot.
And we seed more ducks. Like we seen geese, but they had a big ass feed like right by us on the reserve. So like
they shortstop that field right there.
Yeah,
and then all this is a fence line away, really.
Yeah, and like
ain't that far.
And
they always do that.
Dude, they fucking just hop. They're just hopping right in front of us.
But every now and then, though, you get those juvies.
Yeah,
those juvie specs,
like singles or like a double or something.
Dump right to you.
Yeah, Bryce killed and soared one. He's using the 10 gauge. This son of a bitch was 80 yards, and he's like, "Fuck it." It was like he was like we were just getting ready to leave. He's like I might educate him, and then he just boom, and he this duck just soars, just boom, hits the ground. So Jaden takes off and runs and goes and finds it, and fucking had to ring neck it because it was like just laying there in the field. But we had mallards and shit all on our shit, like flying right over us, like right at shooting light. But we couldn't like see them, right? So like we can hear them just like, but we were like, fuck, where the hell are they at? Yeah. We like makeshift a little blind deal out of all that tall ass grass they have out there. So we had like 2 sticks stuck in the ground with grass just piled up, and we were just laying under it. Yeah, but it was rigged up.
I was talking about holes earlier that we have for this year I'm trying to stay away from public, but like last year, one of my buddies called me, and there's a walking spot, and it's only when it gets really cold.
Yeah.
They're on it. It was 70 degrees last year, and he called me, and this is my rule for Pyramid. It normally works. Every duck you see on a hole when you're scouting counts for 15 more ducks in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's my rule. And I promise you, I live and die by it. There was 30 ducks in on it. 30 ringnecks. It's a ringneck hole. And he called me. He said, "Can you make it?" It's my hole. It's you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's my walk-in. Nobody knows. They know it because I took them there.
Yeah.
So they called me and asked if I was like, I'm gonna go before work, and I told my boss I'll be 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
She said she's cool with it. By 7 o'clock, we were at 21. I left. We had groups of hundreds at a time coming in. It's a ringneck hole that they don't get there until it's cold.
Yeah.
But I've seen 5,000 roost on it. Nobody hunts it.
Yeah, that's wild.
Besides me I got a ticket there one time. For camping.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Game warden told me I could stay. Then came back next morning, wrote me a ticket for camping. Oh, I was pissed. I would have left. Hell, yeah. I've killed him there for a week and a half straight. I was sleeping there every night. I know what the difference was with that night, but...
Well, it's like fucking...
But everybody else was camping, too. I said I can name 10 other guys that are on different holes camping.
Yeah.
And Oh, he didn't care.
That's like,
Oh, well.
speaking of tickets, I want to talk to somebody who owns gun shop up there about getting tickets.
Oh, yeah. I won't say that about it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it happens, though.
it happens, yeah.
Sometimes it's BS, though.
Dude, that's like, so I didn't realize one day we were out there hunting, and I'm hunting with my dad's at a fucking Hatsfield 12 gauge. Okay?
Yeah.
His gun's nice, but it does not like 3-inch shells. It's like shoots 2 3/4 and it shoots 3-inch, air quotes. But it was not liking the 3-inch 2 shots that I had, and so I was like, all right. But one day I'm out there and we shoot, boom, 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 boom. And we're all shooting and we get done and I'm like loading shells out. I'm just shuffling shells, you know what I mean? And next time we get like 2 or 3 come in and I'm like, boom, 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 boom. And I was like, I'm like counting on my fingers. I'm like,
How many times
that was, I think that was 4. So I'm putting more shells in. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit! I was like,
Hey, don't plug it in.
yeah. I was like, but we bought it from Walmart. So
Yeah.
and
They should come with the plug.
we didn't take the plug out. You know what I mean? So and I was like, what the shit? And then
You can put a dowel rod in.
yeah. So and then but I was like, holy fuck! I was like, I've been hunting with this like all season. Like, I was like, and I didn't know it shot 4 shells. Fuck. Like no, but
My gun, I don't do it. But you can always put I can float one. I can put 4 of mine.
yeah.
But I'm always scared though if I would do that. Like I tried it on like just shooting like doves and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it jams. Doing
Yeah.
that. And I don't want to take a chance if I got honkers coming in at 15
If
yards
it
and
jams, you'll be
I'm
pissed.
throwing my gun in the water.
Yeah.
I
But
get pissed.
that's like I bought this Maximus or Maxis something 12 gauge, and
I don't know.
it's
They got so many different
yeah.
brands. They're almost all brands now are pretty comparable.
yeah. I'll have to show you. It's a feather, but it kicks like a fucking mule because it is so light
yeah,
and it
it's
just
gonna kick.
but it shoots really nice. I bought it from Jones's. It was a used gun he had there, and I think I got it for like $250, $300. But it was one of his buddies bought a new one and sold him
Traded
that
in,
one,
yeah.
and so he had it there, and it came with an extended tube.
That's sweet.
For like snow goose.
Yeah.
And I haven't even put it on. I never even used it last year. So this year, hopefully, I get to use it.
Yeah.
But I think I put like 12 or 13 shells is what it holds.
That's
So
pretty
it's
sweet.
it's a mag dump of a tube. So like,
Does it hang past the barrel?
I think it's right at it.
right
I
at
use
it.
right at it. And but I was like freaking. So I was like, all right. So I got that, and just so much better than at Hatsfield. But the day we killed those 13. Right before the 2 honkers came in, I missed out on the 2 honkers. Because right before that happened, we had a couple come in, and they were just coming in groups like 3 or 4. Just boom, 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 just coming in. And we couldn't hit shit that day either, and we killed 13 of them. So, like, but we killing them. All of a sudden, I shoot once, boom, and I go to shoot again, and it's click. I'm like, what the fuck? And,
I'm quick
and
as-
I did. I click. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? So, and I could hear, like, I took my gun and I like shake my gun. And it was like a rattle inside my gun. And I was like, what the fuck is that? So I run to the truck. I get fucking tools out of the toolbox. I'm taking apart my gun. I pull my trigger assembly out. My firing pin falls out.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay. So I put it back in. And there's a little keeper pin that, like, holds your firing pin in.
Mm-hmm.
So I take that out and I look at it. It's, like, kind of shaved down on the side of it. So like, what the hell? I was like, how's that worn out? I was like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I put it all back together, go back. We had another like 1 or 2 come in. I shoot one, boom, and then it click. And I was like, are you shitting me? Rattles again. I'm like, so I go out there, take my trigger assembly out,
Yeah.
firing pins out again. So
Shit.
that little tiny keeper pin, they got my gun up there right now because I just took it up there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, fixed.
Because I was gonna take it up there a long time ago, but
You forget.
yeah. So duck season ended, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like-
I don't need it for a while.
yeah. So, but then it got closer time. Me and Bryce were like, I was like, fuck, I need to take my gun up there, but he's got right now. But all he had to order was that little tiny firing pin deal. So I don't know. I think he told me he's like the part was like nothing.
Yeah.
It cost nothing, but I couldn't find it. Like I looked it up.
He can get anything.
Yeah, I looked it up, but he can go
dealers.
through the dealer. So I was like,
well, I had my stock snap off my gun. It's
always good.
There's a big long bolt that holds it in there, and it just got loose and kept getting looser, and I wasn't paying attention. I noticed it did it the other day too, so I tightened it. But I took it up there; it only cost me $70.
Yeah,
he said the bolt was cheap as can be.
That's what that same gun. We were shooting trap out at my house, and Bryce shot it. He was like, "Let me shoot it." So he shot it, and it's like right after I got it, and he shot, and he's like, "Your stock's loose," and like I took the butt off and got a big ass extension, and cranked it down.
Yeah, it's not hard to fix.
No, but I was like, a good thing we noticed it though, because like you said, if it gets loose, it will fucking snap off.
It'll snap, yeah, for sure. I seen it done, and I wouldn't recommend it. I know Jake Rogers last year. He has a TriStar, and I guess they were on hole 2 actually, and I think they killed. I think it like 12, 13 that day, and he said they pulled up, and he said he shot the first time.
This was last year.
Yeah.
Was this with Cooper and all them? The day they killed him.
Blew up his gun.
Oh shit!
A wad got stuck in there, and then his second shot when he shot, they just happened to connect, blew out the side of his gun. Lucky he didn't kill somebody or.
That's shitty.
He said he still can't hear very good because.
That's wild.
I think that.
Yeah, I bet it was loud as shit too. It's fucking barrel blow up in your gun. Yeah, that's sketchy. Yeah, I know Cooper and Jake and all them. We hunted hole 2 one day and we killed ducks. And then Cooper and all them, they came and they drew and they were like, "Oh, we'll take 2." And I was like, "Oh, fuck you guys."
Yeah, you can't tell people.
Yeah, so then we went and we hunted 3 and they hunted 2, and that was that day. Me and Bryce blew a duck up,
those are split by like 120 yards. Yeah, if you guys are both on the backside, you can probably rain BBs on each other. If you
guaranteed.
Yeah.
But we'd kill some and we'd see ducks going to them, and then we'd see them go down and it doo 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 doo, and then they come up and they come right to us and they doo 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 doo, and then they go right over to like 5 and 6. Yeah. But we killed a few, but me and Bryce that day, it was me, Bryce, and Delaney. And we were sitting in the blind, or in the blind on 3, and because it's a handicap hole, so it's like you can drive right down to the blind, you throw your shit in the blind, and you drive right back up the hill.
It's about 8 steps.
Yeah,
on the track.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty. It's good.
They
need that.
Yeah,
for people.
But it's a good hole for like if you're in a wheelchair and you go hunt that hole. You kill ducks.
Yeah, it's not a bad hole, but here
I'd say the face of it though. Have you sat in it? When you sit in and hunt, I feel like they're just staring in at you because the face of that sumbitch is super open.
Well, see, you sit there, and then I walk all the way to
past
the end, all the way to the end on the very back side where it cuts right before it gets to 2. So
you walk down to the left, and then
I do way too much work because most people hunt blinds.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm not big into
that. Day we were like,
I do at like our private places, but that's it.
Yeah, that's like we were like, screw it, we'll sit, because we wanted 2. They drew it, so like screw it, we got the kayak, so we'll take 3 because we'll send Delaney out on the kayak to go get the ducks if we can't wait it.
Yeah.
Me and Bryce. So there's a duck comes in. He came in and then picked back up and went back around. He's circling back around, and he comes in and he lands, or he's just getting ready to land, and Bryce is like, shoot him. So it's like, doo-doom, and we both miss, and it's like, doo-doom, and we both miss, and it was like, boom, and we both shot at the same time and just mulched him. Yeah. And like and he didn't like cup up and then hit the water. He just like his wings just fucking blew back and he just skipped across the water. Feathers everywhere. Like he didn't have like about half the feathers on him. You could see what side we hit him on because like all the feathers were gone, like half of him. He was insane. Like I was like, oh, because once we hit him, we both like turned and looked at each other. We're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like,
we had a group. I was telling you it was overcast earlier, and we could have swore if we just waited all day, the Canadians were going to get out. Specs were going to come, but we were waiting on the Canadians. Well, coming over Austin's grandpa's, there's 3 of us, and one guy just left, like maybe 5 minutes into leaving. They're coming back to the fairgrounds, 12 of them, and we start to look, and then they turn. They were not fairgrounds geese because they don't come in that easy.
Yeah.
They didn't even make a pass. They were 10 yards. There's 3 of us. I tripled. Austin tripled. And the other guy, Trey, he shot once and his gun jammed. And he killed it. We killed 7 honkers right there. I was like, holy shit. We set the rest of the day. I was like, all we need is 2 more honkers. We're done on honkers and we'll shoot some specs. Did not see, well, we saw plenty of specs. They were hitting his field, but we were trying to save that, you know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here comes 2, probably 3 minutes till shooting hours are out. And they're 65, and I was like, well, there's 3 of us. I was like, let's try.
There's a lot of BBs.
Austin crushed his first one. Trey hit that one, and then I shot it again, and it went down. It was going down. Well, it landed in some guy's yard. And I was like, well, hell, shooting lights out. Like, I can't shoot anymore. And I don't want to walk into some guy's yard with a gun.
Yeah.
Because it's all across the road. So I ran all the way down there. This guy comes out. Goofy as hell. He cracked me up. He said, man, I can't find my gun. I'm looking for my shells. Let's go find that something. He said, he just went in the weeds right here. So we start running. And you see it was flopping. It's real tall weeds and brush and stuff. And I see him flopping. He's like, there he is. Jump on him. I got him. He's like, hell yeah. Dude, you never know what you're going to run into.
That's the awesome part right here, too, is like Bryce and them would say, when Bryce first moved down there, he's like, yeah, dude. He's like, we go from house to house. And like, we just find geese in people's backyard. And be like, hey, like snow geese in their backyard, and like right on the outskirts of town, and like fucking be like, hey, some old lady answered the door and be like, hey, can we shoot these geese? And they were like standing at ladies' door with shotguns, like,
yeah.
And they're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I've walked through people's houses.
Yeah, just
the
like,
guy said, wait a second, let me get some pants on, let me grab my gun. Yeah, well, go ahead. I mean, they're 20 yards out his back door.
Yeah.
There's 8 of us. You have guys on their laying down, guys crouching all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we whacked them. Yeah, we used to do that a lot. We chased snow geese. I'm not big into it now. That Wissinger Travis is talking about. He's got a big spread. I don't know if you've ever seen it down by the cow pond, or not the cow ponds, the pig farms, going out that way. If you look in February,
I probably have.
He's got like 10,000 decoys.
Yeah,
he's got a huge. He's the only guy around our area that runs snow geese, big spreads like that. There's another guy down the road from him, but he runs like 3,000-4,000, but he can't compete with him.
Yeah.
So he's got full bodies and everything. It's a nice spread, and he kills them pretty good. But I'm not huge into snow goose hunting because now he only sets decoys up once and pulls them down once.
Yeah.
So if I did that, I'd be okay. But
yeah.
we used to run 1,200 to 2,000 and. Too much work for me, dude.
Yeah, we went out to Pyramid one day and we set out like a couple hundred, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not doing this again." Yeah. I was like, Bryce is like, "This ain't even that." Bryce is like, "This ain't even that many," and I'm like,
"Yeah, it's not."
I was like, "It's not." I was like, "But it's too many for me."
Now, if you get 8 guys, like Pyramid, you can't do that. But if you get 8 guys,
we had like 3-4 people.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have more than 4 out there anyway, so that's all you can run.
Yeah,
so it kind of sucks to run a big spread. But see, I don't know. I've been told walk-ins are 5 to hunt, and I've been told it's 4. I don't know, but I think it'd be a good idea. Like, if you're on the birds, why don't you just set, like, we run 45 dozen specs now, but we don't have a lot of windsocks. I got like 7 or 8 dozen, and I got them for $15 a dozen off a guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I take what I can get on deals.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got a new thing this year I think's going to change the game for specs around here. Jake's got a remote control goose. It's a Canadian.
Yeah.
But I would never run it unless if I had a big spread out.
Yeah.
Because those fairgrounds geese pick that out. Because if I'm spec hunting, I'm still Canadian hunting. Because those Canadians get up anytime.
Yeah.
But to have that thing out there, and then Trey bought. Have you ever heard of the Higdon cell in Paducah?
No.
Higdon's warehouse is in Paducah.
Yeah.
So they have a sale. It's once a year for like 2 days, and it's 70% off everything.
Holy
so
shit.
So anything that like is like misprinted. So like say there's a
like it's spelled wrong or something.
Say it's a brown like my shirt here, and the tint's wrong on just like the bottom of the breast, can't sell. So they just put those decoys aside, and then they sell them at the end of the year. So you know those sitting ducks, splashers, Higdon splashers. Jake bought one for $30. So I mean and sometimes it could be just missing a battery,
Yeah.
stuff like that, like simple stuff. And sometimes like his was fine. His came with everything. So they bought pulsators down there for like 20, $25.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to.
And yeah,
we're gonna have to take a
I'm
group.
taking
We're
off,
taking. Yeah.
I'm taking off next year for it.
Yeah.
But Trey bought a flapper, and I thought they quit making them, and nobody freaking called me. I'd have bought 3 of them. They're $25, and you hook it to the breastplate here. There's a little string you hook onto a clip, and you pull it, and that goose's wings come out, and you can just pull and it'll flap it.
Like so, it's like a jerk rig essentially, but for
basically
field
for
hunting.
Yeah, and then once when you let go of it, it's back and it looks like kind of looks like Bigfoot, honestly. Like
Damn.
Higdon started the original Bigfoot look.
Yeah.
And then Bigfoot came along and upgraded. It looks a lot better. But I see Higdon's from the 70s. Trey's dad's got some, and they look nice.
Yeah.
They look nice.
Bryce has a lot of Bigfoot, like nice flocked head,
I like Bigfoot.
full bodies.
I love Bigfoot. How about that? But I'm not a
He's
huge
got some
motion.
avian X. He's got some avian X.
So
fucking-
here's what I learned about geese. Geese see in 2-dimensional. We see in 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
So for us, we're looking at the decoy and say, "Oh, that looks so realistic." Well, hell, I can go put out a silhouette, and what that goose is seeing when he's turning is totally different than what we're seeing. They make it a full body with their eyes. We don't.
Yeah.
We see it for what it is. We're like, "Oh, that decoy looks so
They
pretty."
see black and white and
Well, that's why guys down south, they put out, say they have 1,000 bird spread or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they might run 700 or 600 bottles that are painted black on the inside.
Yeah.
They run those as decoys because they're just seeing color. They can't pick up all that. If they just see a big mass, and then that's what they're coming to.
yeah.
And
That's
they
like
get close enough to pick you out.
we made a bunch of socks.
Yeah, you can do that.
And we used
That tie, whatever it's called.
we used it's like
tie-back sleeves.
yeah,
Did you use
we
those?
used like the shit that goes like outside the house before you put like siding on, the white shit.
Yeah.
So we used that. And my mom's got a sewing machine, and it looked like a goddamn
Damn. You guys
fucking
did hard work.
kit. Yeah, we just like I was just like boom boom sewing the 2 sides, and but they had like a blue on it. So like put it inside out, like we sewed it, and we rolled it, and then just made it on sticks, and just do, and we were just like, but it cost us like $20, and we still, I have a whole roll of that shit left, and like everything, we bought
a lot
so
of
much
work.
shit,
Yeah.
and we made a good tote of them, but we just. It was all for
I
snow
know.
geese,
That-
and I was like, dude,
Snow
we went snow geese. We went hunting one time. We used them. We were like, fuck snow goose. Like, yeah,
No,
it's
I'm more of a spec and Canada guy. I love shooting ducks, but if you told me there's 50 Candas in the field and 300 ducks, I'm probably gonna go for the Candas.
yeah,
Just because until you kill your first Canada and they're in your face, they're more to talk to.
yeah,
Ducks, you don't even have to call to them.
yeah,
They commit to where they want to commit. They're not as smart, and some guys will say different, but a Canadian is so damn smart. And then when you hunt the same ones all year,
that's even
it's worse. So, and it's more of an accomplishment. So when they say, "Oh, you got 10 bands," yeah, I've been hunting those geese since I was 10, and I'm 25, and I only got 10 bands. And 1 year I killed 2, or 2 years I killed 2.
yeah,
And everything else is just 1.
yeah,
So, but last year I scouted a pond and I put out an ice eater, and he's an older man, and I used to hunt with his grandson, and well, his grandson went to college, and so I asked him if I could hunt, and this was like 3 years ago when his grandson left. It was Shepherd, Ethan.
yeah.
So his grandpa, I knocked on the door. First a snow goose. There's a bunch. We wanted to jump shoot him. He told me no. He called me like 10 minutes later. He's like, "Man, I didn't realize you had a beard. I'm sorry, Hop. You can go." I was like, "Oh, okay, okay." So, well,
Turn around, come back.
well, he gets Candas on his little pond off the highway there, and we had, I don't know, there's probably 50 or 60, but the ice last year when it did freeze in January, the ice got on there, so I was out there every 4 hours filling up the generator, keep the ice open, whatever. And you think I had this big ass ice hole? You think they'd land right in it? Hell no, they land on the fucking ice every time, dude. We had them. Well, we ended up killing like 4 or 5, something like that. But there was 3 of us, and I looked the day before, and I think there was like 60 to 80 on it. But I had my binoculars, and not one band. They weren't coming from the fairgrounds. Sure as shit. I send the dog out on the ice. Dog's never been on ice. Scared as shit, dude. I mean, freaking out. We touched the ice back up. Well, he wanted me to send the dog out on the edge of the ice, and I was like, dude, that ice is weak. It's been getting pushed again. So I was like, let me take him from the far side in, and then he can come back to me, and then because I put out the decoys, do the ice eater, drive the guy up to the place we're gonna sit, and he gets out with his dog, makes himself a little blind, and then I drive everything. I do everything for him, so that way, you know, I'm appreciative of him letting me hunt, so he don't have to do a damn thing. He don't pick up decoys. I don't want him to do nothing. I want him to go home and do whatever the hell he does.
Sounds like B. Ferg.
Yeah. So anyway, we go out there. He picks up the first goose, and the dog's like, "Hell, that ain't that bad." Second, third. When we get on the last goose, he picks it up. I look, and I see the goose flopping still on his back. And I was like, "Is that a fucking band? There ain't no way." Well, sure as shit, dog brought back a band, and we played that'd be 6 bands. I haven't won. That'd be my first Canada, but we coin flipped. Everybody got it. It's called Odd Man Wins. I never heard of it. But everybody covered their coin after they flipped. I said, I got tails. He said he had tails. The other guy said, I got heads. Well, he's the odd man, so he won. But he said he's only killed 3, and he appreciated all the work. He's a nice guy, so. But the work you have to put in for them honkers, man. I said, read me the number on it. So he read me the number, and I started looking at my lanyard. I was like, I got 3 numbers off. He's 4 years old. I said, tell me, because we went back that evening. And he came back. He said, how the hell did you know that? I said, I got him from every year.
He's like,
every year.
Every year I got one.
I killed one that was 9. That was my oldest one I killed out there. But most of the time I killed the juvies. I killed the year-olds.
Yeah, mine was a year or 2. I think mine was 2 years old. Or a year old.
Where is it? Your big
Mallard.
duck?
Yeah. Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Yeah,
really?
Arkansas.
That's odd.
Yeah.
You know where most of the birds from Pyramid are banded at, duck-wise?
What?
Minnesota. Almost all of them.
Yeah, mine was in Arkansas, and I have on my email, I have the thing, but I never printed it out.
Yeah, as long as you have it saved, you can always print it out sooner or later.
Yeah, it'd take me a minute. I have to go back to my pictures, but it's in there somewhere. I need to print it out so I have it.
Cool.
But
yeah, I just hang mine.
I want to get the replica band, because you can get replica bands made. I want to get replica band made because I know for a fact I'm gonna lose that bitch off my lanyard or something. I was like, dude, I'd rather, because I wanted to get that mallard mounted, and then I thought about just like putting that band with that mallard. Yeah. But I was like, man, I don't really want to. I was like, I want the band on my lanyard. You know what I mean? And I was like,
that's the whole.
Yeah, I was
it's
like,
kind of a flex.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I could just get if I got the replica band made, I was like, I just put that on my lanyard and then put the real one in the house.
My dad. So my brother was in on Alvis's lease.
Yeah.
And so my brother got in on like the last 2 good years they had when they were whacking geese. And my dad went out there, and my dad, he always buys his stuff, and he'll go with me, but he hasn't shot. I've never seen him shoot at a duck or goose.
Because
he would go and just take us. We were kids, and he just goes and videotapes for us. So he's videotaping, and I was like, hell, why don't you shoot this next single that's about to come in? My dad's like, okay. Getting banded. I was like, what the hell? So my brother ended up getting a mount for him. He paid $675 for that mount. Waited a year and a half, but it looks sweet, dude. It is pristine.
I know. I don't know. So, obviously, first year hunting, we killed, gadwall, drake and hen, mallard, drake and hen, hooded merganser, drake and hen.
You know those don't count to your limit, right?
Yeah, and but I was like,
just a heads up, because if I see a bunch of hooded mergansers, I'm killing my 5.
Yeah,
my 6 ducks.
Yeah,
no more than 2 hooded. That's the rule around here. You can kill 5 hooded mergansers, no more than 2 hooded. So you can kill 3 females, or you can kill 5 females, but no more than 2 drakes.
Yeah, dude. Them 2, me and Blake shot. They were decently sized ducks, and they were fucking mint looking. Like, I was like, holy shit! Like, if you pulled up a picture of a hooded merganser on Google, like, it was like a fucking direct match.
People love them, dude.
I think they look beautiful.
Dude, I think they look so nasty. That's me though, because I've shot them over the top.
But I think
I hate those.
I think
shitbirds is what they are.
Yeah, but we ate them. Those were the 2 we ate for breakfast. But
shitbird. They're literally on the shit plants around here.
But I was like, dude, those are nice. But obviously, just started hunting. I was like, dude, you could essentially, like I was like I wanted to start putting them in the freezer to mount them. Like I was this last year we could have had a drake and a hen of just about fucking every kind except for the like a rare.
What's your dream duck that you'd put on the wall if you kill him?
I don't even know. I'd like a cinnamon.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
So
like,
some realistic.
hey, they've been killed, but
I've seen them.
they've been killed. But I don't know. I've always wanted just like a.
Have you killed like a pintail, a widgeon?
No, Bryce killed pintail when we were out, and it was really nice.
Big sprig. It was a juvie.
It was somewhat of a juvie, but
like
it was
I killed one with a 7.5 inch sprig.
Did you mount it?
No, it wasn't big enough. I wanted a 9-inch.
Rookie.
I'm one of those guys.
Rookie.
Same thing. I'm the same way with like I like widgeons and stuff. But my number one duck, I'm gonna get. Well, I got 2 of them. It's gonna be a freaking Hollywood shoveler because I love shovelers. And my second one is gonna be a bufflehead. I've not shot a bufflehead in forever. But
what does the bufflehead look like? We're gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pull out a picture. I can explain it to you, but they kind of look like a hood merganser too. Like they're not the same size; they're a lot smaller, but they got the same kind of color patterns.
I'll put the.
Yeah, I'll keep talking so we don't.
But yeah, I'll definitely. I'll put a picture up so everybody can see it on here later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a bufflehead's gorgeous. Now, see in the light though. If you can see them, their colors are illuminated in their head. So
like the green right there.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Oh, that's
dude.
Yeah, that'd be like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Holy
bro. They're
crap.
studs, dude. And I used to kill the crap out when I was a kid, but man, we don't get them out of our cut anymore. So I just kill ringnecks. Don't get me wrong. One of my buddies said, "Oh, should I get this ringneck mounted?" I said, "Hell no! What the hell's wrong with you?" We did kill a redhead that day, and I think he killed it. I thought he did, and I told him, I was like, that bird's yours if you want it. It's pristine red. I've killed canvasbacks. You think they're pretty?
Yeah.
I've killed like so many canvasbacks, dude. I don't even mess with them anymore. They're pretty, but like I don't know.
I would love. I love. Like it sounds real, just generic as shit. But the mallard, drake, and hen, like twin mount.
Yeah.
I think those are almost. I think those are.
Mount, or would you do them sucking in?
Probably just cupped up, sucking in.
There's gliding, and then there's sucking. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think I'd have
flying somewhere.
Yeah, either that, or I thought about. So I also got I got a green winged teal.
They're pretty.
That beautiful duck that I killed out at Walker's. Walker's Cut.
Okay, when you go up Walker's Cut there, that cut on the left, that's mine.
Okay. Yeah,
so
that's
right there.
That's we. I went hunting with Jaden and all them. Jaden and his dad and all them. We went hunting out there.
They normally always kill some out there.
Yeah.
Kill something.
Yeah, they kill something. But last year they were all pissed off because there were no ducks. Yeah. So but
that's how it was.
Most
years.
Because they like you said they were killing a shitload of them
back in the day. Yeah,
and then it just it just dropped off. There's nothing. But but we did, and this was I want to say 2 days before Christmas. Okay, so like we're late December, and a group of teal comes in,
Well, you never know. Though. They're probably getting ready to migrate back up.
Yeah, and everybody else they're all just bullshitting, talking. My dad went with us. He's never duck hunted. He went with us, and me and Blake and they were sitting there. Or no, yeah, I think Blake was with us. I don't remember, but it was all of us. And we're sitting there. Everybody's just bullshitting. They have a
blind on there, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody's sitting there bullshitting, and it's like a 6-man or 8-man or something like that. But we're all sitting there bullshitting and I see them. They come over the trees, just right over top of the tree. I barely see them. And I was like, ducks, 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 ducks. And everybody's talking. Nobody hears me. And I'm like, fuck. I get my gut. I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm shooting ducks, right? Like, I'm here for a reason. And I was like, ducks. And I wasn't wanting to call it but I look over and nobody has their gun. Like nobody. And I'm like, fuck it. Boom! And I dropped the first one. And I tried to hit my other 2. I fucking missed because they just touched the water. Yeah. So I shot the first one, folded him back, and then they picked up and went right up. So like the blind was right there. So I was like, fuck. I was like, yeah, I mean they're up above me, and I like tried to like look out the blind, and I was like, fuck it, they're gone. But everybody else was like, what the hell, you know, like try to grab their guns. I said ducks, like I was like, but I was like, yeah, but I killed that one, and he's not very big. He's a teal, but he's green as shit. Like
fast. That's full plumage right there.
Yeah, and they're
close to
quick as fuck.
Yeah,
because they were just, you know, mallards. If their feet are in the water and their belly touches, it takes them a second to get back up. Yeah, them motherfuckers. It didn't take about a split second, and they were already above the blind. I was like, holy shit.
There's so I don't know if you know this, but on do you know how to tell? Say if you don't know what type of duck it is, since you're new.
If it's flying and it's a duck and it's coming to spread, it's fucking dead.
No, I know. I agree with that too.
I don't even.
If it breathes, it's gonna die.
Yeah, like now the hooded McGansers that came in, like I could see them because it's a fucking big ass white head.
I can tell what duck it is by the way it flies.
That's how Bryce is.
Yeah,
Bryce is like
once when you get enough experience. But I'm talking about like say if you don't know if it's a diver or a puddle duck because maybe you just don't know.
Yeah.
Because you're new. So, like, say if a duck hits the water and lands and it gets back up by jumping straight up, it's a puddle duck. Divers' feet are in their ass. So they have to run to get back up.
Okay.
That's the difference in divers and puddle ducks. That's how they separate them.
Yeah.
Shoveler tends to be on the diver's side, but its feet are in the center is considered a puddle duck. They kind of feed where divers do, though.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. I've never thought about that.
Yeah, it's odd. I know a bunch of stupid facts.
Bryce and shit, dude, they'll be flying over, like, say we're sitting on 2. They'll be over on 3. There's a group of gadwalls.
Yep.
Like, no, they didn't, you don't hear anything. You know, all you see is a fucking speck flying in the air. He's like, there's a gadwall. And I'm like, okay. Like, I was like, in my head, I'm like, I don't give a shit what it is. I was like, as long as it comes over here. I was like they all taste. To me, they all taste the same. Everybody says the shit ducks taste bad, and I think it's all you cook them. To be honest.
Yeah, I agree. We
I'll eat any of them.
We hunt down in so when the bottoms flood down for us, Bowman's and them own down in those bottoms. So we go down there, and his grandpa bought a perfect field. It's like right in the center. And it splits 2 other fields. But anyway, so we're going to put a blind down there this year. But last year we didn't. We just sit along the woods because, I mean, the water's up to you.
Yeah.
Hit everywhere you walk. Except for the woods, it's kind of a higher ground. But there's still water back there. Anyway, so you talking about there's thousands. When the bottoms floods, I don't know where these ducks come from. There's thousands.
They love it. They love being in the trees, too.
So we sit there. We kill, I think we ended up killing like 11, and we lost like 9 or 10. But we had 7 or 8 guys, and we went back home, came back out that evening, and we were walking in, and Coop was with me, and like I said, Coop can goose call pretty good.
Yeah, Coop can call. Coop can call, and he can shoot. He can.
Don't give him that much credit. He's called the crippler for a reason. He cripples them. He doesn't.
He does. I have seen him roll a couple, but
he does knock down birds. He's a good shot. I will give him that. I don't want to give him.
He'll shoot better than me. That's all I'd say.
But anyway, so we're walking in and we hear honkers, but there's a big cane patch out there, so they can't see us walking in. But I was like, Coop, there's honkers over there. And we got our spread still out. So we get back in the woods, and about time everybody gets their gun loaded, here comes the honkers. They're getting up. Look. And me and Cooper just start ripping as loud as we can. About 50 honkers get out there. They turn, here they come. I'm like, no way. Everybody's like, oh shit. Because some of those kids have never killed honkers.
Dude, and that's the best feeling too. No matter if it's ducks or geese or anything, dude. That's what it's. I don't give a fuck. You can have a deer under your feet, and it is nothing compared to whenever you see them bitches turn and you see them just cupped.
And you still gotta convince them though.
Yeah,
we're still convincing them all the way down.
But if you're not calling or nothing, you're just sitting there and you're just fucking shaking, because you're like. Whoever is calling it, you're like fuck, and then everybody's always like, call it.
It's hard for like
the person calling it,
and it's hard to because like last year let me finish this story. So,
yeah,
these honkers come in, and the closest there's 2 of them that land like 60, the rest were like 70.
Yeah,
far shot. I don't want to shoot. I don't like to shoot honkers that far. You're probably not gonna knock them down.
Yeah, they're tough birds.
So we're sitting there, and I look at Cooper, and he's like, shit. Well, they didn't want to land that close to the woods.
Yeah,
and I get it. I wouldn't either. Well, we're sitting there, 100 mallards dump right in the decoys 10 yards. Everybody said, okay, let's shoot these right here. They just, no, the geese. I was like, screw the geese, bro. We have 100. I was like, we're going to limit out. We're going to be done.
Yeah.
We waited. Guess what? All the ducks got up and the geese swam away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Yeah. It's a hard call. I will say I've given Bryce a couple times shit because
it's a hard call.
So whenever we first started hunting, we were hunting up pyramid and I'm gonna find a video. The shot I didn't call. 10 yards over the blind. We'd wait. Bryce is calling it, right? He knows what he's doing compared to any of us. So he's calling it, and I'm like, dude. So in my head, I'm like, if I could shoot it, if I'm like, okay, I can hit that, right? I just want to shoot it. Like, I don't give a fuck who's calling the shot. But I'm like, okay, I'll wait every fucking time. And I give Bryce shit for it, but I get where he's coming from. Because, like...
You're trying to get everybody in the group to shoot. And that's the problem.
That's the hard thing. So, but these ducks, they weren't going to land. I ain't never duck hunted, but I was just like, they're not going to land. Like, you can tell.
Yeah, you can tell.
And Bryce is like, they'll make another pass. And these motherfuckers passed 3 times. But they're circling, boom, boom, boom. And he's like, they're going to come in. They're going to come in.
Dropping any lower?
Yeah,
they're dropping lower,
they would come up, they would come down, and then they'd come back up. And
they ain't coming in if they're doing that.
But
they keep dropping.
But he was like, they're coming, and then they went to that far side of 2, and then they made that S right out of there, dude, and went over towards 1. But. Dude, they come in. I'm like, Bryce. I was like, I'm gonna shoot him. Like, I was like, I don't give a shit if you call it this time. I'm shooting them. And then right then they flew off. And I was like, fuck. And I told him, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, from now on, if it was me, Bryce, and Blake, I was like, we ain't calling a shot. I was like, you better ready to fucking shoot. I was like, because if they fly in and they're close enough to hit, we're shooting them. I was like, I don't give a shit. I was like, because we're gonna hit them. We got 3 guys and there's 2 ducks. And 3 shells apiece. That's a shitload of BBs going at 2 ducks. It's not like we're shooting a group of 12.
Yeah.
Like
a 2-pack.
Like a 2-pack, we got 9 shells going at 2 ducks, and most likely 6 of them are going to the same duck.
Yeah.
So like you got a couple thousand BBs going in the same general location.
Look at this video. So this was out at I gotta turn on the volume. Okay, so this is the place we're gonna hunt early season. Those are the honkers we went and scouted earlier.
Jesus.
Okay, so this was 10 yards over the blind.
Oh, they're right over the top.
Oh my god.
So you could see.
Me and Cooper turned them 5 times, and we ended up getting 2 of them to land. Well, we didn't put the back on one of the A-frames. That some bitch landed from me to you. He looked and he's like, "Oh shit." He started slowly walking away. See, but I wanted to hunt them again.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to shoot while they're all there. Well, that one ended up getting out. Well, there's a single there, and Luke Bowman never killed one, so we snuck him out the back of the blind and let him shoot. It was like 10 yards. It was right on my side. I could have grabbed him. And he ended up shooting, but I didn't call that shot because on my side of the blind, we could have whacked him. But these guys were going to have to shoot. Because we had 2 A-frames together. Yeah. They were going to have to shoot over us, and I was scared they were going to shoot somebody close to the end. I can't take that risk.
Yeah.
Because it's on me.
Yeah.
Because I'm calling the shot. And it wasn't a big deal. I mean, nobody was mad about it. I mean, we ended up going back out there and shooting them again.
Yeah, the most you're going to get, even if it is like, damn, I should have called that, then the most you're going to get is like a little bit of shit talk from one or 2 guys that were on that side.
Well, so we did that out at Trey's house. Normally, I think this year they'll be back. We normally get a bunch of honkers out there. And
keep going. We'll grab my chew real quick.
Oh, you're good. So we normally get a lot of honkers that come out there, and we had a what was it? They've been there every day. There are 150 of them every day, and so like 7 o'clock. Well, we get set up at 6:40. Get the A-frame, everything's brushed already and stuff. We get set up, and then all of a sudden here comes the first 2. And my brother, he used to call for grounds. He can call.
Yeah.
And they want nothing to do with us. We only have like 12 decoys out. What the hell? And my brother looked at me at 7 o'clock. We just got set up. He's like, okay, you ready to leave? They're not coming in today. I'm like, dude, that's 2. Well, here comes a 4-pack, comes over the house sucking, nothing to do with us again. And I said, Garrett, we could have killed those 4. I said, they're 40 yards over top of the head. He's like, well, we'll just shoot them next time. Well, he calls a shot at 70 yards at a 2-pack that comes over after that. And I'm like, not that high, dude. And so honkers are a lot harder to kill than any of the geese.
They're tough. They're bigger. They're tough.
These are big strip cut geese too. So he's like, let's just go home. It was like 7:10 by that time. And then all of a sudden you hear, Look. Here comes 20 over the trees flipping.
Jesus.
And we're all down like that. And my brother said, "Oh, this is gonna be nuts." And he just keeps talking. They're here to your window right there before he called the shot. He said, "I guess shoot him."
8 yards.
Yeah, maybe,
6 yards.
Dude, they were tight, dude. They were gonna land on top of us. Is what they're gonna do. And we end up. I think we killed. There's 3 of us. We killed 6 or 7, and it's freaking awesome. And then I convinced them to leave because I got cold. 'Cause we were sitting in water the whole time. And sure shit, the rest of them came later. We didn't leave that early. We ended up leaving like 10. But once when we left, like 10:30, he sent me a video of a shitload of
We hunted. Me and Bryce and Delaney hunted. I don't think Blake was there that day, but we were hunting and we took all of his. So we had feed sacks, and they're just
with decoys.
Yeah, and full bodies, Avian X full body goose Canadian decoys.
Yeah.
So we're dragging these fucking. I mean, they're not light. Like them decoys are not light.
Yeah,
so
heavy.
we got a seed sack full of them, which is it's a big ass sack. like it's about you could fit like 12 people in a seed sack, and we're fucking
I got some too.
yeah, and we're pulling them. We'll pull them right there. The field, if you're driving to 5, the field before 5.
Before you mean
it's on the left.
I guess it'd be kind of by hole 3 down there if you drive down there.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, it'd be on the. Yeah, it'd be on the. It's like splits on each side.
Yeah, because that guy owns part of that field.
Yeah,
and then the other side's public.
Yeah, so we had to drag them. We drug them all the fuck over there. We're setting them up, and we're sitting there. We're seeing shit fly and nothing. No, we don't have that many decoys, right? But the spread looks good to us. We're like, and it's kind of like halfway up the hill. We got a couple spread out going up the hill.
Like they're feeding up.
Yeah, and we're like, fuck no, nothing. Sure enough, we fucking, we're like, fuck it. We're tired as shit because it's super early. We just carried all this shit out here.
You're grinding every day.
Yeah,
too,
and then we're like, fuck it. So we're like, all right, let's start packing up. Sure enough, if we got a saying. If we want shit to come in, if we ain't seeing shit, we get Bryce or Blake to get in the spread. Like go stand in the fucking spread.
Works every time.
And sure enough, we leave the guns in the because there's like that ditch. We were laying in a ditch, so we leave everything in the ditch. And sure enough, we fucking get up. Everybody's in the spread. Here they come. And fucking,
were they specs?
Yeah, honkers.
Oh, honkers.
And we're like, fuck. Bryce is like, fuck it, and he takes off running and jumps in the ditch. And he's like, so me and Delaney lay down in the spread. And sure enough, they fucking turn around and go off the other way. And Bryce is out there. He's pissed, right? So, fuck this. I'm done. He's like, I'm selling my shit. That's what we'll say every day. Bryce will sell his shit every day. Every day we go hunting, Bryce will sell his shit. And
I have buddies that always say every year, they'll be like,
I'm done.
I'm not duck hunting this year. I'm just going to goose hunt.
Blake swears up and down he's not duck hunting this year.
They go every time. Like, hey, you want to go? Yeah, sure, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what happened to that?
Now, Blake last year, towards the end of season, he quit. He was done. He wouldn't go.
See, if I had to start hunting, I wouldn't start hunting until December. Because that's when it starts to get birds.
And then
in the year kind of sucks, dude. November time.
That's like, but I like going because that's like Bryson and they're like, dude, we're only killing like maybe 2 ducks. I'm like, fuck, that's 2 more. That's 4. You killed 2 ducks. That's 4 breasts in the bag in the freezer. That's the way I see it.
I think of it like I got 60 days to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grind every day. Like every day I'm off work, I go.
Yeah.
So
that's like
if I can go before work on an easy shoot, then I'll go and then leave and somebody else has to pick them up. But
see, that's like and I love eating them, dude. That's what I want. As I'm looking for something to be in the freezer. That's the only reason. Like I like hunting because I like killing shit.
Jerky out of them.
Yeah, we never did last year, but
goose jerky's good.
Yeah, I tried goose jerky.
I like it.
I want to say 5th grade. 5th grade. Yeah, I had been 5th grade because I didn't go to school in DuQuoin in 6th grade because we went to Georgia for that year, and then so it was 5th grade and Hunter Hill, and they always kill the shit out of geese, and
that's when there's birds.
Yeah, and he brought goose jerky to school. And he gave me some because we were talking about because we make a shitload of deer jerky, summer sausages. That's what we've done it forever. We go with the Hagneys in Pinckneyville, and we'll have
the twins.
Yeah, we'll go out there and we'll out at their shed out there.
Yeah.
And this year, I mean, you'll have 100 people out there making jerky, and we'll go out there. We've been going out there forever because with Boj and all them, we'd butcher chickens, do hogs, everything out there. Like we do all our own shit. So and it's cool because it's like everybody pitches in, everybody shows up, helps do it, and then everybody gets their share of it.
Yeah.
So but we'd go do that. But there's a shitload of people that we did out there, and it's pretty much for deer jerky. Like we brought the meat we had, and then so everybody brings their own batch of shit, and then it's like, okay, well, I was helping on the mixer, so it's like, okay, what'd you bring? Some people bring like the jars of cayenne pepper, like, and they'll throw it in there with it, or what did you bring? Okay, let's throw this, and we'll mix it in, and then all right, this is so and so's batch. This is so and so's batch.
Yeah.
Like some people be like, oh, you need a little bit more here. Well, here, just take some of ours, and it's a cool deal. Like,
that's nice.
It's something good to be a part of because everybody's out there, but big once a year thing, but.
You just said the Farthing twins. Okay, now listen.
I think it's the same people.
They got big beards. That beard's like right here.
Kind of.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe not. But
listen, there's legends at a pyramid. Okay.
Okay.
I consider myself on the top. the best, the people that that go out there, like when people show up, they go, "Oh shit, those boys are here. There's birds here."
Yeah, that's like.
And
it's like goes, Cooper will be like Cooper last year, be like, "Hey, Hoppy said go here," and we're like, "All right."
The Farthing brothers are number 1. Hagning twins are number 2. I would put myself 3, and then I would say Adam Bana is 4th. I don't know who 5th would be, but it's like there's a time that we didn't even scout. We knew. Like I have a list over the years. Like you need to start doing this. It's a great idea. I can make you some copies, but it has like, say it's a 2021, 2022 season or whatever, and then you have the weather, what the temperature was, how many
for like every day,
what hole you hunted, so you have a track, and so you can go back each year and say on this time and this year they're here, and they show back up on schedule.
Yeah,
calendar birds.
I can't wait. Just wait till duck season. You'll have to come on because we know you're gonna kill shit. We know Hobby's gonna kill shit this year.
We're gonna. So listen, one of our spots that we're gonna work on may be the deadly. It won't be the deadly spot in Nick Point because we got Wissinger, we got Funks around us. So we're in between. Like, here's the Funks, here's the Big Ponds, and here's Travis's. We're right in the center of it. So we're in a good traffic area.
You're like us for deer hunting. We got Engleharts and picks and
everybody takes care of their deer. Like they manage it. That's how nobody hunts all the time. So these birds sit, and then when they do hunt, they normally all hunt on the same day. So they push them around.
Yeah.
So it works out good. But we have a spot that is in a field. It's a 300-acre field. There's a pit on it already, and we killed some ducks at Dryfield last year, and we kill a few geese here and there.
I think that's always crazy. Ducks on a dry field. I think it's insane.
Gadwalls.
Yeah, I think it's insane.
Smoke gadwalls.
It looks crazy.
Not even ducks, or not an mallards. Gadwalls. It's stupid. I'm like, what the hell's a gadwall doing? They come right in. But anyway, there's a big place that floods every year. It floods off the river, and it will hold for 2 weeks, unless if it rains again. It'll just keep holding it. There's thousands down there. We're gonna go down there and push the dam out on a waterway going down that way, so we can dam it up. And then back flood that field there, so we're only 200 or 300 yards away. Right now, we're sitting 800, 900 yards away with that pit, and we're still killing a few here and there. Geese, mainly. Ducks, if the ducks make it that far. But if we have that right there, we're going to, I think...
Kill the shit out of them.
And I think Bowman's bottoms, too. I think if we go out there, and if we put a 10-man blind down there, we're going to kill a 10-man limit every time. Because those birds will suck to the center, no problem.
Yeah.
They're not scared of the center. They're scared of the woods.
Yeah.
Because now they got to suck to some tight. They've been shot all year before we get our big flood anyway.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I got big plans. A lot of places. I got one of Cooper's properties in Jackson County. I'm going to put a levee on that. It's going to be a 100-yard levee. It's just getting the money for all this shit.
Yeah. That's the thing. Duck hunting, you can... My thing is,
Have you bought a case of shells yet?
Not yet.
You need it.
I know.
You need to go to Guns and get them. Because
I have shells from last year, but not enough.
You need to go get a case because
I ran out last year.
So did I.
And I was like,
I was paying $25, $30 more than what I was paying for a box
Yeah.
of shells from people.
Yeah.
Just so I could get them.
Yeah. I know Philip Alvis, he was making a killing. Just
Yeah.
because he had shells, and he doesn't need a shitload of shells because he goes out and he knows he's going to kill shit, essentially.
Well, they shoot them at 20 yards.
Yeah.
Man.
And so he's like, I'll take 6 shells with me, and he's like, I'll come back with 3. He's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's got boxes upon boxes, but he does do a lot of the youth hunts, and he takes he does the like the benefit
He does
hunts
good
for
stuff.
crippled kids.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's awesome. That
it's-
pit's awesome,
dude. And
Awesome.
it's got a whole fucking house. It's a house.
He's got
It's a house.
electricity down there.
He's
by
got
the way,
electricity,
so you can
beds,
cook. Yeah.
couch, TV.
It's nice.
I've heard it's the shit. Like
It's nice. I hunted out there 2 or 3 times, and it was freaking awesome. Because my brother, he could bring a guest if there's, the pit had an open spot.
Yeah.
He'd ask him. Because Justin Easton hunts out there. And so my brother and Justin Easton's been friends forever, and that's how he got in out there.
Yeah.
My brother can call, which really helps too.
Yeah.
Not a spec guy.
You gotta have something to bring to the table. That's for sure.
Yeah. Otherwise, you ain't.
That's where I'm at right now. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get. That's my plan this year. I gotta buy better calls. My plan this year is to buy decent calls. I want to get a spec call. But I'm hard stuck on goose hunting right now. I'm like, dude, do I goose hunt? Do I not? It just all depends on how shit goes. But I would like to know how to call.
Buy silos.
Yeah.
You can get. I like Big Owl. They're bigger silos.
Yeah.
But Dive Bomb are good too. They're pretty competitive. I think Dive Bomb looks a little more realistic than Big Owl, but they're both.
Delaney and Bryce bought some dive bomb silhouettes.
You can get those. You
And-
can get 5 dozen for like $375.
Yeah,
Those
but-
bags are sweet too.
Dude.
The bags you can carry. You can
The
put 10
bag-
dozen on your back. You can put 15, I guess. You put one around your neck too, and just walk.
The shells. Bryce has some Canadian shells. And it's like a backpack. It's a fucking big backpack. But it's a backpack, but all the shells stack on
yeah.
top of each other,
Are
and then
they
you throw the.
sleepers, or are they just regular shells?
They're just regular
just at
shells,
different
and then
head
they
positions?
they have
You
different
put 'em
heads.
on?
So
Yeah,
and
those
then
are probably GHG because I got some of those. Now
they're really
Austin-
nice.
Austin bought some Bigfoot sleepers, like 12 of them. Sweet dude. We put them on the edge of the pond when it gets cold. Like when it's cold out, those geese would get on that ice and they'll sleep. And we just put those around.
That's what I told Bryce. I was like on even hunting like 2. I think you could throw shells on the bank of 2. Like
Yeah.
because some of like the sleepers and shit on the bank of 2.
Listen, what I'm gonna have you do this year?
No.
what
My
you-
plan this year is to go hunt a lot of holes.
That's what I'm gonna say.
It's a shit. I want.
Target yourself to at least 6 new holes a year. Because all I hear is 2. 2's a good hole.
Well, see, we hunted 2.
I used to smash them on there when I was younger, but they're not there like some of those other
Yeah,
holes.
235.
Long walk.
It's a long walk, but the thing was, we should have called 36 that day we went.
I love 36.
Dude,
Love it.
we were okay. So
Did anybody pick it?
no,
I went over there and smash them.
we were going to, and we went.
It's not that far of a walk from that 35 to 36, but it's a far walk if you walk the other way. Because 36, if you walked it, it's a straight down V coming up, and then you got to walk over
Yeah.
the hills too.
Yeah.
We hunted that one day. I took.
Hang on,
Cooper-
before this story starts, we're gonna take a little break. I gotta take a piss so bad. So.
Okay.